the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI based on EPA estimate of MY20 full-line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right, the bad guys know when you are away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia High School volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by Dynamark Atlantic Security, Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home, CMA Honda, Kelly Allstate Insurance, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Milestone Realty, The Marius Group, Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Skinner Law Firm, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, W. Harley Miller Systems. Now let's send it out to the broadcast booth and join our TV10 broadcast team for tonight's coverage.
Welcome into Martinsburg High School here as we get you set for Spring Mills versus Martinsburg volleyball action here tonight in the EPAC. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call. Spencer Dupuis is our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin on our main camera. Braden Schaffner, cameraman as well. Nick Verzolini back in the studio. Here to you set to this matchup tonight between the Bulldogs and the Cardinals. Now, Jim, this is a matchup that, while you weren't here for to see live first time around, it went to 5 sets. It was a tight matchup. Colin and I on the call had a very fun time calling that one. I know Colin after the game said it was I think the best game that he had seen in his time being here at TV10. And while you haven't been with us live these last week or so on the men, but you're back tonight. Hope you're feeling as well as you can be. And I know that you've been watching, and I think you're excited for this one as well as I am.
Well, yeah, I am. I think that Spring Mills had a chance to put that match away in set 4. I watched that match on September 13th. It was a good match. I thought that there were mistakes made by both sides. Again, Spring Mills in the 4th set had a chance at 24 all. Actually, I think they had the lead at 24-23, had a chance to put the match away. Did not. Martinsburg capitalized, won set 4 before succumbing to Spring Mills 15-12 in 5 sets. I think home court advantage now should shift to Martinsburg. Martinsburg, obviously, as you mentioned this afternoon at noon on the Sportsman, I think both these teams have struggled a little bit. However, I think that you've got to give, in teams, when you have a situation where teams are this evenly matched, you would hope that the home court advantage should play part of the factor in deciding who tonight's victor might be.
Right, and like you said, during that game, there was not a single set where the losing team in that set didn't get at least 20 points in that first 4, and then, of course, the 5th one went 15-12. But these are two teams that have been on a little bit of losing slides here lately. Martinsburg has lost 8 of their last 10 games. Spring Mills has lost 3 in a row. So these are both teams that need to get back on the right track. So, Jim, if when you were a coach, if you had a team that was, kind of had a losing streak going on, what did you try to tell them to get them back in the right mindset?
That's a good question. I hate to talk about the past. In 10 years, we never lost 2 matches in a row.
Wow.
So I don't know. Is it a streak? 2 or 3 matches? Yeah, I guess it would be. The issue that I think is that focusing on first contacts, eliminating mistakes very early in the play, whether or not it's first serve at the right times, running situational type drills where, like in transition, the first pass off a free ball has got to be as close to perfect as it's going to get. And then you have the opportunity to run the full offense, and even with the miss hit, during things like that, you keep the defense honest when you have a good first touch. when you get out of system with bad passing and different things like that, or clearly, with the missed serve, you give the point right back to the other team. It's very difficult to win. And when you have two teams that are facing transitional issues, both teams have decent size. Both teams have the ability to be successful. Really what they have to do is they've got to refine that first contact, whether or not it's in transition, taking the free ball, or serve-receive. And it's just something in practice that we would spend, 40% of our reps were on different serve-receive rotations. We identified something called the PPR, points per rotation. We knew exactly what lineups gave up the most points and what lineups scored the most points. We identified the differential. Believe me, the kids knew what our weakest lineup was because we would spend, of that 40% of the practice, then probably 50% of the drill working on those rotations, refining, trying to figure out a way, whether or not it's swing the other way or some other type of rotation, to be able to hide that rotation or get out of it as quickly as possible.
So we look at some of the standings that we have right now. As it stands right now, Musselman is 21-6-1 on the season, 6-0 in the region. And at second place, Hedgesville, 16-4, 6-1 in the region. That one loss coming to Musselman, of course. And then after that, we've kind of seen things really shaken up to where there's not a surefire number 3 team in the EPAC, as we see that Spring Mills is sitting at 3-4 in the EPAC. I believe Jefferson is now at 3-4 after defeating Martinsburg on Tuesday. Martinsburg sitting at 2-5. Washington at 2-5 as well. So there's still room for one of these teams here tonight to try to get back on track and become that third team. So we'll see what happens with that tonight. We'll go ahead. We'll take our first break of the pregame here. We're just under 10 minutes from the JV game. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more EPAC volleyball here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be this football season. Join us Fridays for Martinsburg Bulldog games, Saturdays for Shepherd Rams and WVU games, and every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday nights for the NFL primetime games. We still have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. So come on in and enjoy the Palace Lounge. We're located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call, getting ready for the JV game between Spring Mills and Martinsburg here tonight. Now, Jim, I know you haven't been with us live and in person for the last few games that we had, but I know that you watched that game between Martinsburg and Jefferson on Tuesday. I want to know what your thoughts were about the Bulldogs. Obviously, they lost in straight sets. What do you think that they need to do to improve and try to be able to beat the Cardinals tonight?
Well, I do think, when I was looking at the scores, I did feel like there were situations where they had the opportunity to do better. I felt like the first set they were tied at 15. They were closed out 10-4. Second set they were actually up 15-9. second set they were 59, second set they were 20-17 before they were closed out. So one, it's going to be taking care of the ball, and then two is going to be what we talked about in the previous segment. That passing was so important, and they ended up in a situation where when the passing started to fall apart, setters have to set with their feet first. They've got to anticipate, get to the spot. There needs to be good communication to be able to run the offense. And if you can't run the offense because of either passing or being unable to execute with a set and a kill attempt, then you're in serious trouble. But the fact is, in sets 1 and 2, before, I don't want to say Martinsburg checked out, before they end up in the situation that they were, I felt like they were competitive and they had an opportunity to be successful.
Right, that second set in particular, we saw pretty good runs by both teams where, it looked like Jefferson would open up to about a 5-point lead, and Martinsburg make their comeback, go up to by at least 3, sometimes get near a 5-point lead. It was kind of back and forth run there before Jefferson was eventually able to take control of that game. So that was our first action we saw of Jefferson in that game. So they are a team that has gotten a win over those other 3 teams below Hedgesville and Musselman just recently. So we'll have to keep an eye on the Cougars to see if they end up being that third-place team at the end of the year for the EPAC. But right now, it's Spring Mills, a team that is still young, has some experience up front, but still a young team in general, especially the JV team. We see a lot of freshmen in the varsity game. So what do you think that we need to see from Spring Mills tonight as they go on the road here to face the Bulldogs?
Well, I think it's the same thing. I think this is a tale of one team wearing 2 different uniforms. Spring Mills, we saw them take a set from Musselman at home early in the season. We know they have the ability to compete at a higher level. They've got to be able to run their offense. They've got the size. Stevens as a left-handed right side. She's got great size. You can't coach that. The thing is you got to be able to get the ball to the big hitters. You got to be able to get the ball to the big players. They need to be able to set up their defense, move. There's so many aspects to the sport that make it so fun. Just the fact that you have to move synchronously when you transition from defense to offense. If one player stays at her defensive base when the rest of the team is playing free, the entire offense falls apart. And that it creates this giant space on the floor that makes even a free ball difficult to cover. First contacts, without a doubt, are the downfall of both of these teams. They've got to figure out a way to pass better to give their setters an opportunity to run offense. And really that's is what comes down to it. Everybody wants to talk about, defense wins championships and blah, blah, blah. I completely disagree with that in volleyball. Offense wins championships. You got to get their defense on their heels, then you receive less of an offensive attack, and you continue to press and press and press until you win the point. That's why offense is much more important in volleyball. And think about it. You can score both on serve or without serve. So what's the best way to serve? Well, service ace is the easiest way to serve, which is offense. It's offensive play where immediately you move to a defensive base. Offense is the key to this match tonight. Whoever passes the best and serves the best, I think, is going to be victorious.
There we go. And with that, we'll take one last 2-minute break, and we're back on the other side of it. We'll get ready for the start of the JV game between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and the Spring Mills Cardinals. We're watching EPAC Volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Everywhere.
I'm your new bang
close and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs. Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
WB Medicine is pleased to introduce 5 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Joseph Ahn, Oncology. Dr. Paige Anderson, Emergency Medicine. Dr. Akanksha Bardwaj, Hospitalist. Dr. Vignesh Gunasakaran, Neonatology. And Dr. Stacy Hanlon, Anesthesiology. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call. Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner, our cameramen for this evening. Nick Verzolini back in the studio as we get you ready for the JV matchup between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. We'll get you the lineups for both teams, starting with the JV side for the visiting Spring Mills Cardinals. We have number 1, Addison Grove. Number 3, Addie Salvia. Number 7, Andrea Graham. Number 8, Ava Campbell. Number 9, Angelica Graham. Number 10, Brooke Everhart. Number 11, Riley Ratchford. Number 12, Brianna Beckton. Number 13, Bella Abshire. Number 14, Gabriella Ball. Number 16, Kennedy Eiler. Number 17, Maya Williams. And on the home side for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, we have number 3, Ashlyn Aird. Number 9, Amber Smolarski. Number 11, Emma Bass. Number 13, Cameron Sine. Number 22, Amelia Brinkley. Number 24, Lily Campbell. Number 26, Savannah Malat. Number 28, Megan Kelso. Number 36, Aubrey Killian. And number 38, Josefina Pospisilova. We see Spring Mills out on the court now, getting ready for this one. So Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call. Jim, you have any last-second thoughts before we get into this one? What you want to see from these JV lineups?
Well, we love good JV match. I like seeing good fundamentals, pass, set, execute some type of an attack. Don't really care for the set or dump too much. Rather see teams focus on running good offense, good serving, good serve receive. First contact's very important, whether or not it's in transition from a free ball, good first pass, or off a dig, run your offense. And then finally, good communication. I pretty much said the way to win at volleyball at any level, but those are the things that we're hoping to see really magnified in the JV match this evening.
We have the freshman game going on to the left of us, as well as be able to see from some of our camera angles that we'll have during this JV matchup. And then they will switch the nets down. They'll take the nets down and they'll move it from side to side to the other side here along the mid-court line of the basketball court to set up for the varsity game.
Yeah, probably not good for the fans, but this is great for the kids. You know, in Washington County where I coach, we did not have freshman programs. So giving the freshmen an opportunity to be able to play on the big court, even though it's at the same time as the junior varsity, it's still giving them invaluable experience. Is great. And a lot of these kids today are playing club ball, and it's not uncommon to have 2 or even 3 matches in the gym at the same time. So multiple whistles, balls rolling around. This is not something that kids today are not used to. Maybe the spectators aren't used to, but the kids certainly are.
So here we go. We'll get things started with Spring Mills. One of the young swing players on this Spring Mills Cardinals team, Riley Ratchford. Their first serve goes into the net. The first point will go to Martinsburg.
Yeah, not what you want to see if you're Spring Mills. You know, the missed serve to start the match.
Martinsburg Bulldogs will start with Emma Bass serving on their side.
Good communication with the help call.
Outside free ball by Salvia gets it over. Kelso with a down ball on the Martinsburg side. Set up, it's another free ball for Spring Mills. They'll go outside for Killian.
Good swing over block.
Go to Salvia on the right side again. Sign sets up for Killian again. At the net, off the block, but it goes out. 2-0 Martinsburg. Bulldogs off to a 2-point lead to start Wilson out. First set of the JV game. So Bass will continue to get the serve. And they'll go to Graham. A tough run over by Ratchford for that one, ends up in a free ball.
Yeah, ball's got to stay out of the way. She's got to be prepared to run to attack instead of, she kind of jumped in front of Ratchford, then had to back up.
Ratchford will set up Campbell on the left side. Sign with it down from the 10 line over the heads. And that's a point for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good pass, good set, good swing.
So we'll continue to get the serves from Bass. It's Martinsburg, the only ones on the board so far. And there's an ace.
Another good serve.
Tough one for Ava Campbell to handle there. 4 in a row for the Bulldogs to start this one out. The Spring Mills team will see probably the most JV players in the varsity game compared to the rest of the EPAC, as we get almost another ace there, but Ratchford's pass is able to set up a free ball. There's a tough one by Amelia Brinkley as it goes over the heads of the Cardinals, and Spring Mills finally gets on the board.
Was a nice save by Ratchford. Campbell back to serve now for Spring Mills. Got to get something going.
This one from the standing at the back line. They'll get a free ball by Brinkley. Ratchford will set up in the middle. Tapped there by Gabriella Ball. Killian on the left side. Another free ball. Ratchford will go to the 10 line for Everhart. Sign keeps it in. Killian again. Ratchford goes for the dump. Close to the line there. This one goes off the net. Ratchford sends a free ball.
Great pass by Aird.
They'll go Brinkley tried to send that one.
Brinkley was just a little bit late. It was a good set. She was right there.
Never went over. So that's 2 in a row for Spring Mills. Cuts the lead in half, 4-2. Campbell serves again for the Cardinals, and it's another service error. So Martinsburg goes back up by 3. We'll get a rotation in. Malat comes in. She will be in to serve. She bounces the ball to herself and lets this one go. Goes to Everhart. Ratchford dumps another one.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. And in every situation so far, it's resulted in a point.
And that's a kill on the left side for Ashlyn Aird. Puts the Bulldogs back up 6-2. 4-point lead once again. Something you talked about before we started out, Jim. You like to see the setters make their passes rather than try to dump it over. Campbell will go to Ratchford, who sets this one up for Salvia. And it's a roof for Brinkley.
Giant roof. Ratchford never squared her shoulders to her target. She ended up with her back to the net trying to set to the right side, the opposite. She ends up in an offhand, rather, not opposite. Ends up in a situation then where she can't get to her coverage base, and there's an ace.
And that's a tough one as Graham.
8-2. If I'm Spring Mills, I might be calling timeout. They've got some coachable situations here.
Seeing Coach Wolf has taken on a little bit more of a role with the JV team lately. As Malat will go back and serve again. And they'll get to go to Ratchford, and it'll be ball in the middle and another one that doesn't go over.
There's your timeout.
That's our first timeout from Spring Mills. We'll take it with them. 30 seconds. We'll be back with more EPAC volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Back here at Martinsburg High School, first set between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Bulldogs are up 9-2. We'll see Savannah Malat.
It's a great serve off a timeout. Good serve.
Graham has to go over to Salvia. And that looks like that one went off the basketball hoop and then fell to the floor.
Right, so it's a point Martinsburg. Yep, the ball crossed the net, hit the roof, the ceiling.
So it's, we say 10-2. Reads the scoreboard here.
Lat with another good serve. This is exactly what you'd want to see out of JV.
And that's the one from Ball, doesn't go over the net. After the serve from Ratchford, makes it 11-2 Martinsburg.
Yeah, Ball's got to get her elbow up. She's got to get up. She needs to swing with confidence. She needs to get short-term memory real quick and take a big swing.
Ratchford will set up Graham on the left side. He set
Slow.
up Killian. And they're going to say there's a double contact here. And the point's going to go to Spring Mills. 11-3 now. Spring Mills recently with a change on the JV side with their coaching. New JV coach on for Spring Mills now. So we'll see. That was a recent change. We'll see how this continues to go for the JV Cardinals. There's an ace from Gabriella Ball.
Yeah, we had the perfect angle for that. That ball would have landed right on the line. That was a great serve. Very tough angle. Good spot.
It's 11-4. Spring Mills able to get the serve back to their side. Ball sends it there.
Fights it off.
They'll go to Brinkley in the middle.
Well, there's a net violation.
That will go to Martins.
Williams in the fishing net.
It's now 12-4 for the Bulldogs. Big 8-point lead opened up here to start out the first set of this JV game. Ratchford will set up for Graham. Lily Campbell will have to set over.
That's in, way in.
Oh, that was a late decision there.
Other. Everhart's coming forward. She's at the end line. She's got to be calling, mine. She's got to take that ball.
You could tell Campbell knew that she was getting close to the line, so thought that it was enough to let it go.
But she's running away from the net. Everhart's got to help her out.
Brinkley serving now. Ratchford will go 10 line for Everhart.
Down ball, off block.
Killian sends a free ball. Ratchford goes to the left side. Andrea Graham. That's a tough one. Ends up going over in two.
Oh, it's way out. It's got to be big angle, and it's not.
That's off the antenna.
That's off the antenna. Good call.
So that's going to put Martinsburg up by 10 here. 14-4.
Right, Graham's got to have some court awareness there. She's got to realize she's way outside. It's got to be an angle.
Amelia Brinkley will send it to Salvia.
Oh, my.
And there's some miscommunication there. It ends up going over, tipping off the net on its way. Everhart has to get to her knees. It's a tough run there. Prolonged contact by Spring Mills. 15-4 Bulldogs. Set number one. Brinkley's going to put this one in the net. Service error. So far, so good for the Bulldogs. See Addie Salvia go back and serve for the Cardinals. Her serve won't go over.
Yeah, miss hit.
The Bulldogs will go back up by 11. And we'll see Aubrey Killian take her turn at the serve.
Oh, good spot.
Goes over to Campbell. Ratchford's got to go over for that one. Ends up a free ball by Graham. Killian sets up for Bass. Tap there. Andrea Graham sliding in. Couldn't quite do much with it.
Yeah, defensively, that's just an experience thing. When you see the attacker coming in with both of their hands up in the air, you got to be expecting some type of a dump.
There's an ace from Killian. So a 13-point lead, largest of the set for Martinsburg, 18-5.
Well, Martinsburg's JVs just served the ball very well. Don't want to jinx them, but
Killian will send another one. This will go to Everhart.
Oh, great movement on that. It's going to be a free ball.
Runs for that one.
The attackers for Spring Mills do not get off the net on serve receive.
Bass, tough hit there. Ratchford running for that one. Makes a good pass.
Way too many free balls.
Send it over to Air.
Good swing by Air.
Salvia, and it's Ratchford. They're able to recover and put it over. And that's, an easy roof there. Spring Mills almost made the recovery on it. But
yeah, a little quick whistle. That ball had a chance.
It seemed like it was still up in the air there, but it's 19-5, and there's the second timeout from Spring Mills. So we sit here. It's a 14-point lead for the Bulldogs in set number 1. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein here with you. Jim, what have you seen so far that the Bulldogs are doing right to have this big lead?
Well, first off, they're putting their serve in play, so makes it easy when you're not missing serves. And Spring Mills has had some serious communication issues, whether or not it's in playing the ball, calling for the ball, different situations like that, or like with ins and outs. And right now they're just not getting the ball back across the net. I mean, Martinsburg's just serving the ball and doing what they need to do, playing defense, good passing. So Spring Mills just needs to settle down, make good first contact.
They'll leave the huddle on their side. The Bulldogs, it was a quick timeout for them. This big lead, not much that they probably want to change. Killian will go at it again. They'll send it over to Salvia, and that's a tough.
Yeah, ace hit. I mean, it's right at her. You got to get your bottom down, hands down, play the ball between your knees.
That's going to make it 20-5 Bulldogs in the first set. Killian will serve again. They'll go to Campbell on the left side this time, and it's another pass mishit there. They're at least able to get a free ball over. Killian will set up
the angle.
Bass.
Good play.
Tough one there. Everhart has to send it to Williams for the free ball again. They'll go to Lily Campbell in the middle, and Everhart lets it go. Point goes to the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's a good decision. Back to a 14-point lead, 6 serving 20. Spring Mills has no room for error. Got to put the ball in play. Graham's got to put the ball in play. She does with an ace, untouched ace.
Swing and a miss by Aird makes it 20-7. So if Andrea Graham can go at it again, 2 Grahams on the JV side, Andrea and Angelica. Seen a lot of action so far from Andrea, including that ace. They'll go again to Killian. It'll end up being a free ball. Ratchford goes with the dump. This will be a tough recovery here for the Cardinals. It goes over in 2. Ratchford will set up Williams this time. Big hit off the net. Diving dig there from Malat.
All right.
I'll go here to Aird. There's a meeting at the net, and it ends up falling after a few hits from the Cardinals. Another point for the Bulldogs. 21-17. Back up to a 14-point lead in the first set. So we'll see Megan Kelso check in for the Bulldogs, as well as Amber Smolarski. And that's who will be back to serve. Smolarski will send this one into the net. Spring Mills staying alive here as we have a very tight contested first set in the freshman game to our left. We'll get Brooke Everhart serving for Spring Mills. Sends that one over the heads of everyone and out.
And so that's back-to-back missed serves, Martinsburg and then Spring Mills. Don't want to see that at the JV level.
One of the players we've seen recently on the JV side, DM Bajent, is over in the freshman game for the Bulldogs right now. We'll send this over. It'll be Brinkley with the free ball. We'll go Campbell on the left side. Never went.
You know, there's something to be said about a setter who dumps as much, because what you end up doing is then your offensive players, you know, it impacts their ability to be prepared. You know, you tell the hitters they should always be ready to be set, but, you know, mentally it's hard to just stay ready. So many dump balls.
That's an ace from Cameron Sign, makes it 24-8. Huge first set from the Bulldogs. Set point. Sign will send this one again to Graham. They let it go, but it was in. So that's the set. First one goes to the Bulldogs, 25-8. We'll take a 1-minute break. We come back. It'll be just about time for the second set. You're watching EPAC Volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 1 minute.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call for this EPAC matchup between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and the Spring Mills Cardinals. First set goes to Martinsburg in the JV game, 25-8. Big time performance there in the first set by the Bulldogs. And we just saw first set of the freshman game end on the other side of the court. That one went to Spring Mills, 25-16. So they're going to need a big-time recovery from that first set to keep things going for the JV side of the Cardinals, Jim.
Well, yeah, not much offense, missed serves, and then some communication problems. Those are, you know, it just compounded matters when you're giving away some free points on missed serves and balls that hit the floor because of a lack of communication. So Spring Mills needs to bounce back, just play sound fundamentals here in the second set. We'll see what happens.
Could see an interesting situation if the freshman or JV games, one or the other, goes 3 sets and the other does not, as that'll set up a situation where we have to wait for both games to end before the courts can be cleared off of these nets and the nets can be moved for the varsity game. So that'll be something to watch for if you're watching at home for the varsity matchup. To see how that goes. First set on the Spring Mills side is a loss in the JV game, a win in the freshman game. We still have a little bit of time as the rotations get set up. We have a change of the libero for Spring Mills. It's now Andrea Graham. It was Brooke Everhart in that first set. Bit of rotational shifts from the Cardinals. We see Kennedy Eiler out on the court. Believe that's her first action. Did not see her in the first set for Spring Mills. So again, Spring Mills had a coaching change in the JV side of things, so they're trying out some new things, it looks like.
Great serve to start.
Yeah, it's
Aired
Cameron
with a
Sign.
good pass.
Well, send that one. It's number 38, Pepe Josefina Pospisilova with the kill. The recent games we've had on TV 10, we haven't seen much of her. Now she's getting some action in here.
Well, you can't coach height. She's got some good size, like that.
That serve from Bass goes tipping off the net. We'll go to Eiler. It's a down ball. This one's sent by Aird. Ratchford will set this one up on the outside for Eiler.
It's out.
And they'll let it go, and it's out. 2-0 on the Martinsburg side.
Bass just needs to keep putting the ball in play. That's exactly what you want to see.
Bass sends this one to Everhart. Ratchford sets it 10 line for Campbell. It ends up a free ball. They'll go to Kelso on the left side for the Bulldogs. Everhart taps this one over. They'll set up Kelso again. Another one, and that's a kill for Megan Kelso. Brooke Everhart went for the pancake, couldn't quite get it. 3-0. Once again, the Bulldogs starting off strong. Bass
another good
again.
serve. Very flat.
An overpass ends up going. Back to Martinsburg. Down ball by Aird. Never goes over the net. First point on the board in set number 2 for the Cardinals. We'll get Riley Ratchford serving for Spring Mills. Typically the first server of every set. And the second server this time. And there's a swing and a miss, but did it stay in? Yes, it did. That's an ace for Riley Ratchford.
Bullet serve. Very good serve.
Still try to keep it up with this next one. Cutting the lead for Martinsburg down to 1. Ratchford sends this one to Sign, and this one gets a little too much air and goes out.
Yeah, just a little flat.
They'll make it 4-2 Bulldogs. And Malat will check in.
Malat had a good service game in the first set. She'll need to keep that going.
She'll send this one to her right, over to Campbell.
Oh, good pass, good set.
Everhart. Sign ends up receiving it. They'll go to Aird on the left side. Ratchford sets up Everhart. Cross court. Tough one.
Got to be angle. Oh, my.
And it falls to the court. Cardinals cut it back to a 1-point deficit. Be Kennedy Eiler for the Cardinals, serving for the first time. Sends that one to Malat. Serve sent over. Man. Big rainbow there. Tough.
I can't believe that didn't hit the ceiling.
It came close to those basketball courts there, and that's a tough one there for Graham to corral. Ends up a kill for the Bulldogs. 5-3 now. We'll see Angelica Graham check in for the first time. So Angelica and Andrea Graham both on the court together for the first time tonight. They'll send this one to Andrea. Ratchford will set up ball in the middle, off the net, overpass. And Ratchford really had to run for that one. Wasn't able to do anything with it. Goes out 6-3 over into the freshman game, where Martinsburg leads the second set 7-2. Over here, it's 6-3 Bulldogs. That one goes over the head of Graham, but it's out.
Graham with a little game of dodgeball there.
I was say, it looked like she fell over, but that might have been intentional. It'll go around to Gabriella Ball. She serves now, and that one's out. So the lead back up to 3 for Martinsburg. Aubrey Killian here. Serves, and that's going to be an ace as it goes into the bench for the Cardinals. 8-4 Bulldogs.
Well, Martinsburg's doing exactly what they need to do to win the JV match. Making their serves, getting touches, making plays. course, I say that, and then they miss serve. 3 feet wide on the angle side.
And tipped off the net and out wide to the right. Makes it 8-5.
Everhart's got to put the ball in play here.
3-point deficit, 1-0 deficit for Spring Mills, as this one's going to sail once again. Seen a lot of that in the serves from the Cardinals tonight.
Well, it's at least 2 in a row for Spring Mills.
They'll go back around. 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. It'll be Ashlyn Aird. Sends this one to Everhart, and that hit is another one that goes into the Spring Mills bench. 10-5, it's an ace for Aird. Doubling up Spring Mills right now in this second set, 10-5. Ratchford will set this one up for Campbell. Taps it over. Killian will set up Kelso, and that's a kill. Megan Kelso. More like Megan Kilso.
Oh, I like that.
11-5 Bulldogs. And there's another ace for Martinsburg. That's going to make it 12-5. As they can put away this JV matchup if they win this set. They're up back to a 7-point lead. Halfway to their biggest one they had in the first set. Ratchford's going to have to set this one up. Ends up a free ball to Becton.
Got to use it.
Lily Campbell in the middle. Close up to the net. Dumped by Ratchford. Another one. Back and forth we go. 2 hits apiece from each side. Finally, it's Ratchford that sends it out.
Timeout, Spring Mills.
There's our first timeout. 13-5 right now for the Bulldogs in this second set. We'll take the timeout with them for 30 seconds. You're watching EPAC Volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here. It's 13-5 in the second set. The lead for the Bulldogs. They lead the JV game 1-0 as well, trying to close this one out in straight sets.
Oh, good air does not let the timeout work, and she gets an ace.
The opposite of letting it work. Getting the ace right out the gate. Lead up to 9 now for the Bulldogs. Ashlyn Aird served, try to get Martinsburg back up to double-digit leads like they had in the first set. Becton sends this one over. We'll go to Bass on the right side. Ratchford for Campbell. Taps that one, but it goes out on the left side.
Yeah, I don't mind that so much. Spring Mills actually had a pass, a set, and attack. And, the attack was a tip. She just missed offline, but, that's what you hope to see at least at the JV level. And
that serve there from Air doesn't hit the net. Bounces under it. So the point will go to Spring Mills, 15-6. As we're seeing pretty dominant performances by the Bulldogs on both sides of the court here, as they also lead the freshman game 17-5 in that second set. Ava Campbell serving for the Cardinals. And that's an ace as it goes off the hand of Smolarski and goes back above the other set of bleachers. That's going to make it 15-7, cutting the lead down to 8 points for number 8 as she serves again. Killian will set up in the middle for Campbell, but her hit never goes over. Didn't get the angle.
Campbell's got to get after that. She's got the size. She's got the ability. She's got to get on moving on that approach, and then she's got to reach up and play that ball.
16-7.
So Brinkley replaces her. This is where you got to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive up there at the net.
Cameron Sign serving once again, the libero for the Bulldogs. A dig there, diving to the floor for Smolarski. Graham will set up Ratchford for Eiler. Pushes that one 2 hands over. Kelso kept alive. They'll go Everhart far from the net. Ends up putting too much on it. 17-7 now. Back up to a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. The libero Sign will go for it once again. Everhart, Ratchford, Eiler. She has to take a hard angle for that one, but it ends up working out as it hits off the net. She had to lean back for that one and hit the down ball. She got the spin off the net. So the rotation goes back around for Spring Mills to Andrea Graham. Third libero for the second set after it was Everhart in set 1. Her serve just hooks left and goes out on the side.
Yeah, fans keep rolling in. I wonder if they put the far bleachers down. Thousands of people here at the field house.
We've seen that side set of bleachers behind the benches is starting to fill up.
Yeah.
The one right in front of us as well. So we'll see if they make that adjustment for the varsity game. Set this one up. It's Brinkley in the middle. Diving dig there by Everhart. Set up Kelso on the left side. Got the finesse on that one. And it ends up a kill. Megan Kelso makes it 19-8.
Kelso with the mishit kill.
11-point lead for Martinsburg. 6 points away from putting away this JV game. Ratchford will go and set up ball. It's a free ball.
Oh, and there it hits the
tough play there.
Yeah, the setter's got to see the ball at all times. So yeah, it's difficult, those low-hanging backboards. It's unfortunate, but you know it's there, so any high passes, she's got to see that and anticipate.
You have to use the environment you're in. Ratchford with the serve there.
Just good save, though. Good hustle by Martinsburg's JV, and then a mental mistake by Brinkley.
Brinkley into the net makes it 19-10 for Spring Mills. Ratchford will go again. Send it to Sign again. And that's another point for Spring Mills as Martinsburg was out of position. 19-11, it's an 8-point lead. Ratchford will go at it again. Sends this one to the left side. Received by Bass. 10 line to Sign. Ratchford will set up over her head. Everhart, tough there for the Bulldogs.
I don't even know how that was inside the antenna.
Oh, wow. I think Eiler there thought the ball was going to stay on the Martinsburg side and was ready to receive the potential third hit there, but it went over in 2. So it falls to the ground, and it makes it 20-11 Martinsburg. Malat serves there. Ratchford goes to Everhart, and they'll say she got in the net.
Yeah, Ratchford went under, I think. Well, at least he pointed as if it were under, but she could have grazed the net, I guess.
It's going to make it 21-12.
Oh my gosh, good serve inside the 10.
Eiler
deep
sends a free ball.
Yeah, good deep free ball right to that 5 spot.
Brinkley in the middle off the net. Everhart roofed there, and it goes out.
And there's your timeout.
There's a timeout there. As scoreboard now reads 23-12 on the side of Martinsburg.
Yeah, and the freshman game right now is at 10-23. Spring Mills with the serve, down after winning the first set. We've never seen a split like this before. Will the freshman game move to 3, or does it just end when the JV ends? So don't really know what's going to happen here.
Scoreboard has adjusted itself 22-11.
Oh, my.
As I believe there was a point that they didn't award to the Bulldogs, and then they tried to adjust it and gave themselves one too many, getting ahead of themselves, trying to give the Bulldogs 23 while they're at 22. We'll see if Martinsburg can get number 23 on this point right here. Ratchford sets up for ball, and she sails it, and there it is. 23.
Emphatically score their 23rd point. The score's almost identically reversed right now, freshman and JV. 23-11 Martinsburg for JV, 10-24.
This serve goes into the net from Malat. It's going to make it 23-12.
I don't know why I said reverse. Both Martinsburg JV and freshmen are winning.
Well, that's how the first set went for the freshman team.
Yeah, the first one was reverse, yes. Okay.
Eiler sends this one to Sign. It's overpass.
Then just
tough
off block. Here we go.
There. Martinsburg will set this one up. They'll go to Aird on the left side. And her hit never goes. So that point goes to the Cardinals. Brings the lead back down to 10, 23-13. Go back around to Eiler. And Sign just hits that one backwards, but they are going to be able to get the free ball over. That one went over and one off the basketball hoop, but they were able to keep it alive, but not for long as that one goes into the bench. And Spring Mills cuts it to 9. Now Kennedy Eiler goes at it again. Malat. It'll be a free ball by Bass. The ball to send this one. It's another free ball. Deep, though, to Sign. Aird. That's another one into the net. Martinsburg not quite able to close this one out yet. Spring Mills keeping themselves alive.
Yeah, Aird looks frustrated. 2 hitting errors. She needs to just be aggressive, keep swinging. Short-term memory.
Pointing up. Pointing over to the stands here, it looks like, is our down judge here. Not sure what the issue was there. I don't know if they were scolding the fans in attendance behind the server there, but they were able to ice the server no matter what happened there.
Yeah, I never in my life. The officials just need to do their job. And I know as a coach, I'm never going to criticize the officials, but my goodness, let the kids, they're kids for crying out loud. Let the kids in the stands do their thing. Officials need to officiate the action that's in front of them. My goodness.
And that one is going to go out. It's going to make it 24-16. So still match point for the Bulldogs. Get a substitution. Brianna Beckton checking in for Spring Mills. Bass will go to the left side for Aird. Tips off the net. Left side for Campbell. Set this one up back to Aird. They'll go down the line.
Set and match.
Game, set, and match for the Martinsburg Bulldogs JV team. 25-16 goes the second set. After 25-8 goes the first. Straight set victory for the Bulldogs. We'll take our 5-minute break in between JV and varsity. We'll be back with more EPAC volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com. Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
WV Medicine is pleased to introduce 6 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Sandeep Kashyap, Thoracic Surgery. Nurse Practitioner Dana Price, Interventional Radiology. Dr. Jessica Rude, Family Medicine. Dr. Michael Seam, Orthopedics. Dr. Emran Sheikh, Orthopedics Hand and Wrist. And Dr. Alexander Shin, Emergency Medicine. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Makeup is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here We just wrapped up the JV game between the Bulldogs and the Cardinals. Martinsburg took the JV game 2-0. They won the first set 25-8, and the second set 25-16. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call. Spencer Dupuy is our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner are our cameramen for tonight. We got Spencer Dupuy running the camera right now as well, and we got Nick Verzolini back in the studio.
That guy, he's sitting here eating fish nuggets, running a camera, 810. The guy does it all. He's got some fishy fingers, but he can do it all. We're sitting here watching a freshman match, and this is one of those things. This is my third season calling women's volleyball for TV10, and we've never seen a freshman match end up in a situation like this. They're in their third set, score 7-6. Spring Mills with the lead. It's just, this is unprecedented. The beauty of high school sports is in-county teams, when they're playing each other, if they have the ability to do it, they set up both freshman and JV. And in the 3 seasons that I've been doing this is the first time a freshman match has split in the third set. So we're watching a little bit of bonus coverage as freshman volleyball is underway.
You might as well keep it here for a little bit of this JV freshman matchup here. As we saw, it was kind of a similar second set to the JV matchup as we were keeping track of the score there, where Martinsburg was getting out to a big lead, and it was at the same time, JV team was doing the same thing, almost identical scores, about 23-10 at one point. See a kill on the Spring Mill side, gives them an 8-7 lead.
Yeah, we've watched 21 and 4 both with kills in successive plays. Spring Mills with an 8-7 lead. We do have a swing player, Baja, number 4 for Martinsburg, has played on some of the JV matches, so we've got her number. I do see her brother sitting in the stands. Former Martinsburg football standout and current starting quarterback for Shepherd University. Tyson Bajan sitting here in the crowd, cheering his sister on, so that's pretty cool.
You see the Spring Mills side for the freshman team is up 9-7 now, as they get an ace here. Makes it 10-7. You're right. Yeah, we've seen the last couple games that we've seen Martinsburg. The JV team, at least, we saw them at Washington, and we saw them on Tuesday against Jefferson. We saw DM Bajent playing in the JV game, but they decided, for whatever coaching decision they've gone with tonight, they decided to give Bajent some time in the freshman game. You see a diving dig there on the Martinsburg side.
Well, Spring Mills has a bit of an offensive attack right there right now, in the middle and the outside, and
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsinis.com. Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
WV Medicine is pleased to introduce 6 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Sandeep Kashyap, Thoracic Surgery. Nurse Practitioner Dana Price, Interventional Radiology. Dr. Jessica Rude, Family Medicine. Dr. Michael Seen, Orthopedics. Dr. Emran Sheikh, Orthopedics Hand and Wrist. And Dr. Alexander Shen, Emergency Medicine. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here as we continue with some bonus coverage here of the freshman matchup between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Bulldogs currently trailing this third and decisive set 17-13 as we await this freshman game to be over. They can tear down the net and get ready for the varsity game between the Bulldogs and the Cardinals, and it'll be a special night here tonight for Martinsburg as we honor Jayla Jacoby in her fight against Hodgkin's lymphoma. Jayla's journey you can follow on the QR code, which you should be able to see on your screen right now.
Yeah, so
get your, on TV tab.
Yeah, get your camera out, shine that little camera right there at that QR code. Make sure you have your credit card handy. hit that QR code with your camera. Click on the link. You should get a little yellow reminder or a little yellow prompt that says you can open, and it should open to a link that will allow you to make a donation to support Jayla Jacoby and her family. Just recently diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is clearly not a good thing to have. So please consider, being generous here. It's Cancer Awareness Month. We want to, anything that you could do to help support that family in their time of need right now, as part of the sports brother and sisterhood, certainly would be appreciated. I'm sure that family would be very grateful.
You may be able to see on the end of your screen there, towards the right corner, and you'll see that in the varsity game that we have some pink uniforms tonight from the Martinsburg team. White jerseys with pink lettering. Good look there that they have going on. Nice jerseys to have. Of course, it's also October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So it's a good thing that we have going tonight here at Martinsburg High School.
One of our officials wearing a pink shirt. It's nice to see people out supporting others, doing what you got to do to further the cause, help those in need.
Even some pink highlights on the hair of the judge we have here in this freshman game. They're setting things up. Martinsburg does. That hit goes off the net, falls to the ground. The freshman team for the Bulldogs has cut the Spring Mills lead down 17-15. So again, this is the third and final set of the freshman game.
That's an ace.
Look at that ace.
17.
The left hand. 1 point game here. So you can see both the JV and varsity teams sitting down watching this one for the Bulldogs. Sitting down on their court here. They'll wait to tear down the JV net once this game is over. Obviously, they could tear it down now, but they have to wait for the freshman game to be over anyway to set up for varsity. So they might as well wait and watch their freshman teammates cheer them on. See another point there for Spring Mills. That's going to put them up by 2. And as we were watching this matchup during the JV game, we saw that Spring Mills got off to a pretty decisive victory in set number 1. But then it was an even bigger decisive victory on the Bulldogs side in set number 2. There's a deep throw.
It
bounced
the ceiling.
Wow. It almost by design there, the way that she hit it, and it bounced down to the floor exactly in the middle of everyone. That point on the scoreboard goes over to Spring Mills. Currently 19-17. So approaching that 25 mark for the freshman team. You see Martinsburg back serving for them now. Set things up to the left side. That sails over everyone's head.
Wow, 18-19.
So tight matchup here. Third and final set. Again, a little bit of unprecedented action here for TV10. As when we come here to Martinsburg, obviously they play the freshman and JV games at the same time. And I don't think we've ever had a situation where JV ends early to the point where we have a full set of freshman action left. Set things up off the block.
2018, Spring Mills.
Spring Mills trying to close it out there. Again, the Bulldogs took that second set pretty decisively. So for the Cardinals to get back in this.
Good serve.
Overpassed.
Oh, my.
Ends up a free ball by Spring Mills. Set up left side. Down ball. Right side there. Ends up a kill for the Cardinals.
There's your timeout.
It's another timeout there. 21-18. Spring Mills leads Martinsburg in the freshman game. And if you're just joining us, JV action concluded in 2 straight sets as the Bulldogs took down the Cardinals for the junior varsity team. And it was a pretty decisive victory there for the JV team, for the Bulldogs, Jim.
Yeah, it was, and this is something unprecedented. It's my third season calling volleyball for TV10. Never seen a freshman match go 3 like this. We've waited for JV to finish in 3, but never waiting for a split with the freshman squad. And of course, it's a nail biter at Martinsburg, 18 to 21. It is Spring Mills with the serve and a chance to move within 3 of the match.
We'd be remiss to not mention that the Spring Mills JV team had a coaching change recently, so that could be a reason we're seeing such a difference between this freshman matchup and this JV matchup. So it's now 22 to 18 Spring Mills. So they're 3 points away from this one wrapping up.
Varsity action will begin a little over 20 minutes after the conclusion of this match. It'll take a couple seconds to finish.
That's a roof by the one swing player from JV and the freshman team that we've seen so far for the Bulldogs, DM Bajan. And she gets to go back and serve now. 3 points away from the win of Spring Mills, and they lead by 3. It's going to end up going to the left side for Martinsburg. Diving dig there, close up to the net, over past the point where Spring Mills can't do anything with it. It's 22-20. There's a serve there, goes in the net by Bajent. Tough there. So now it's a 3-point lead with 2 to go. That's the statistical advantage you want if you're Spring Mills. So they're almost there. Hit this there. Ends up a free ball for Martinsburg. Go to the middle. Spring Mills, and that doesn't stay in. Not called in.
21-23. Martinsburg cannot miss serves.
Now, we had a joke off air that this could go to 30-some points, but the way it's going, I mean, it is about as tight as you can get. And there we go. It gets even tighter as Martinsburg's cut the lead down to 1. Spring Mills hits that one out. 23-22.
Yeah, this is arguably one of the most important serves of the match.
She sends that one.
She
taps off the net.
And there's tied.
23-23. Tied up. So now, whoever gets this next point will have to get the one after it to end this game in regulation before we go to a win-by-2 scenario.
Good serve to start.
Set it up. Left-handed over the net. It's a free ball. Go. Back line. Sails over the heads of the Cardinals.
And this is be match point number 1 for Spring Mills.
Martinsburg wins this one. This freshman game ends up being win by 2 in the third and final set. I'll go to the left side. Tap it over. Sets things up for Spring Mills. What can they do with it? Dug out, but can they get it over? It's saved. The free ball doesn't go over the net. So the Spring Mills Cardinals take the freshman game 2-1 after Martinsburg takes the JV game 2-0. So they'll now scurry around the freshman or JV and varsity players to set up the net at midcourt for the varsity game. As the freshman players go around here, set things up.
Yeah, as soon as they get this net set up, they'll set that timer for the 20 minutes. Both varsity teams that appear to be, they're ready to go.
They've been itching and ready to go. You could see the Spring Mills team on the outside of the door here on the far side of the gym, waiting to get ready and go. And then Of course, the Martinsburg players are quickly getting things set up in the middle to set things up for their own game. So with that, we'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for our official pregame for the varsity matchup between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. Now, as we've had the conclusion of the freshman game, with that, you're watching EPAC Volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
WV Medicine is pleased to introduce 5 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Joseph Ahn, Oncology. Dr. Paige Anderson, Emergency Medicine. Dr. Akanksha Bardwaj, Hospitalist. Dr. Vignesh Gunasakaran, Neonatology. And Dr. Stacy Hanlon, Anesthesiology. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here as we get ready for the varsity game here between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and the Spring Mills Cardinals, as we saw a bit of extended action there in the JV and freshman sets there, as we had the court set up for to have 2 games going on at once. The JV game ended 2-0 Martinsburg, but then we saw a pretty tightly contested freshman game. First time that we've really had anything like that when we've been covering these volleyball games here, where we have to wait on the varsity game because the freshman game is having a really competitive back-and-forth game. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call here tonight. Spencer Dupuis is our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner, our cameramen, and Nick Verzolini back in the studio. We'll get you ready for the game here between the varsity teams of Martinsburg and Spring Mills. So, Jim, we'll get one last shout out here to the JV and freshman teams there. What did you like from really the freshman game there? We obviously, for their first 2 sets, we were paying most of the attention to JV, as that's what we had on the broadcast, but looked like the freshman teams for both sides had some good things going.
Yeah, I'd like to see the the dynamic pass, set attack type situation. That's what we got to see. That's certainly what you hope fundamentally. Not a whole lot of service mistakes there at the end, which were good. That becomes a fundamental part of building that base, that foundation of what you want to grow into. So they were good matches, and a 25-23 finish. The kids got to experience some play on the big stage there with the entire packed gym, watching them play. Good match, good effort by both teams, and now it's time for the main event. We're less than, it looks like we're about 20 minutes away from the start of the varsity match. Hoping to see an epic rematch that we saw from the September 13th 5-set thriller. Hoping for that kind of caliber of play tonight as well.
Yeah, hopefully, at least for your sake, because you didn't even get to be there for that first game. So hopefully for your sake tonight, you can see a really competitive game between these two teams here. Martinsburg comes into this matchup here tonight 7-10-2 on the season. They are 2-5 in the region. They are 2-8 in their last 10 games. So it's been a tough streak for Martinsburg so far, and Coach Mike Nelson. We saw them on Tuesday losing straight sets to the Jefferson Cougars. It's the first time that we had seen Jefferson in action on TV10 this season, and I'm not really sure that it's much to get upset about because the Jefferson team looked pretty good. Obviously, they had a slow start to the season, but we said when we spoke with Coach Chad Patteray before the matchup for his interview, he said that their team looked completely different the last month of the season compared to the first month of the season. So for Martinsburg, they're coming in on a bit of a skid, but that last game specifically, maybe not much to be upset about, but they got to get something right somehow, some way tonight.
Well, what we know is that both teams need to concentrate this evening on making good first contacts, trying to run offense, eliminate the free balls, and any of the mental errors, the down ball errors, free ball mistakes, different things like that. Really just want to see good first contacts, whether or not it starts with the serve, putting the ball in play, different things like that, and then hope that our offense and defense runs from your ability to make that good first contact.
We'll see what they're able to get going tonight. And on the Spring Mills side of things, they are 7-8 overall. They are 3-4 in the region. They have 3 straight losses coming into this game. So both of these teams have to get something going. Haven't been being successful too much, too often, too recently, as they had 3 straight losses to Jefferson, Washington, and Hedgesville. That Hedgesville game was in straight sets. That Jefferson game was in straight sets, and they were only able to get 1 set off of Washington. And I was looking down on the court earlier in the game, and during that JV matchup, I saw that there was at least 1 injury on the Spring Mills side of things. Their libero, Jaden Junkin, was in a arm brace. Looked like the type of thing, if some sort of arm injury. Not sure the exact injury that she has, but she is sitting on the bench, not in uniform, not warming up for this game. She's an experienced upperclassman for this team, and doesn't look like she's going to be on the court tonight. And it's always tough when you have a key injury on your side of things, Jim.
Yeah, definitely not something you want to see, especially when we've sort of emphasized the importance of good first contacts. If you're missing one of your better passers, that's, it doesn't matter how good the offense is. If you can't get the ball in a situation you're a setter where she has an opportunity to run the full complement of offense, you end up in a tough situation. So passing is something that's very important. That's going to be, I think, the keys to victory for both squads here this evening.
Seeing both sides warm up here. You'll see Martinsburg tonight in the white uniforms with pink lettering as we get ready for tonight's game, where they will honor Jayla Jacoby in her fight against Hodgkin's lymphoma. And, of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You'll see Spring Mills in their gray uniforms with red stripes, red shorts as well, and white lettering. That's what we see tonight as they finally start the official 20-minute timer down on the court to get things started. So with that, it looks like we're still 20 minutes away from the start of varsity action, but we're now officially 20 minutes away. But with that, we'll go ahead, we'll take a 3-minute break here, and when we come back, we'll be back to set you up with more of this pregame for Martinsburg and Spring Mills. As you're watching EPAC Volleyball here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
WB Medicine is pleased to introduce 5 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Joseph Ahn, Oncology. Dr. Paige Anderson, Emergency Medicine. Dr. Akanksha Bardwaj, Hospitalist. Dr. Vignesh Gunasakaran, Neonatology. And Dr. Stacy Hanlon, Anesthesiology. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be this football season. Join us Fridays for Martinsburg Bulldog games, Saturdays for Shepherd Rams and WVU games, and every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday nights for the NFL primetime games. We still have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. So come on in and enjoy the Palace Lounge. We're located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call here for tonight's matchup between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and the Spring Mills Cardinals, getting off to a later start here because of our 3-set freshman game that we had to wait to set up the court the other way. Had to change the nets around, get the 2 nets off the court, and switch one of them around. They could have this varsity matchup the way that they want it, across the basketball court, side to side here. So as we have a little bit of time here before this match gets underway, about 15 minutes, we'll go ahead, we'll take a look at this EPAC standings overall, some of the teams that we've seen overall this year on TV 10. Right now, these 2 teams, Spring Mills and Martinsburg, are in the bottom half of the EPAC standings. It's been pretty tough to get a clear-cut third-place team so far this year. Obviously, you have Musselman and Hedgesville at the top of the EPAC, 6-0 and 6-1 on the season. They're 21-6-1 and 16-4, respectively, Musselman and Hedgesville. But after that, it's been a lot of teams fighting back and forth for that positioning, as Jefferson right now is 5-8 overall on the season with 4-4 record in the region. Spring Mills is 7-8 with a 3-4 record so far. Martinsburg is 7-10-2 with a 2-5 record, and then Washington has 2 wins of their own inside the EPAC. So, Jim, has there been any team out of those 4 behind Musselman and Hedgesville that has sort of stood out to you more than the rest this year, or a group, maybe 1 or 2, that have stood out, that could be, we could say at the end of the year, they were the 3rd best team in the EPAC?
Yeah, I think it's wide open at this point. I think we're in a situation where tonight might provide a little bit of clarity, but having done that Martinsburg at Washington match 2 weeks ago, just a tough situation. Martinsburg appeared to have, to be in a good situation, and Coach Nelson, it seemed, testing different lineups, working different people in to try and stabilize that serve-receive and passing game. They just haven't been able to pull away. And I would think tonight here, Spring Mills or Martinsburg has the opportunity to separate themselves and at least assert the mid-season belief that they are the third best team in the EPAC. So it's certainly going to be a difficult situation with if Jaden Junkin's out. They're going to have to figure out how to stabilize that pass, that serve receive. Whoever can generate the most offense, I think, with good first contact is going to be the team that's going to prevail this evening.
Right. I think we came into this year thinking that, Martinsburg was kind of in that third place position last year. Then a lot of this season, it's been Spring Mills in that third place spot record-wise. But then over the last few weeks, we've seen the emergence of Washington and Jefferson. Washington making a coaching change middle of the season to where their JV coach, Micaiah Noland, is now the varsity and a JV coach. And we've seen, as we talked about during the JV matchup, Spring Mills has had a different JV coach the last week or two of their own. And then on the Jefferson side, again, Coach Patteray said that his team has played completely different over the last month of the season compared to the first part of the season. So now, you're right, it is wide open to where Jefferson now has a win over all three of these other teams below Musselman and Hedgesville. But Spring Mills has wins of their own. And Washington beat Spring Mills at Spring Mills for the first time in history just last week. And Washington, again, also got a win against Martinsburg, like you mentioned, just 2 weeks ago. So it has been up in the air, and I don't know if there's been a lot of it feels like there's probably been more mid-season adjustments, mid-season turmoil for these teams than for a usual season. Am I right there, Jim?
Well, when I look at Martinsburg, I think of, in terms of where their talent is and their players. Fennell, you could argue, is one of the top 6 best players in the EPAC. When I go back to that Washington game, she just didn't get utilized effectively, I think. Ended up in a situation where you had Penwell and Williams just playing lights out. So I think Martinsburg just needs to figure out what their rotation is and their offense. I think that overall they probably have a more consistent level of talent. They got a right side, the newcomer Strovel, who has blocking ability. They have offense in Bishop, Mosby, Fennell. They've got a defensive presence, and I like the setter. I like the freshman setter in Zittel. So if I were a betting person, I would say Martinsburg's just got to figure out what their rotations are. They got to figure out specifically who their players are that need to be in specific situations. And once they identify those roles, work the heck out of those roles, and then stick with it. Even through the bad times, give the kids a chance to figure it out on their own. And I'm not suggesting that means an 8-player rotation or something like that. You can still go to the bench situationally. But what I saw in that Washington matchup, and again against Jefferson, they just haven't established that team cohesiveness, that rotation, that everybody knows what their job is, and they're going to stick to it. That's what I would hope to see from Martinsburg this evening.
And we are seeing a lot in warm-ups here of Katie Zittel in that setter position, getting some sets in. I mentioned we saw Skylar Bishop setting against Jefferson, and part of that might have been that Halani Chacon, the backup setter for Martinsburg, has just now come back from an injury. It was an injury that she suffered in that first matchup between these first two teams, the Bulldogs and the Cardinals. She went down in, I believe, the first or second set of that game, so that could have been a contributing factor to how that game ended up going out, where Coach Nelson has to make a mid-game adjustment to his lineup and his rotation, and then it ended up being a 5-set win for Spring Mills. And we'll see, again, Chacon came back on Tuesday for her first action. Again, we saw her in pregame warming up for that game. Or we saw, actually, it was the sports doctor, Colin McLaughlin, that first noticed that there was no boot on Chacon in that game before the teams even got out on the floor. So we eventually ended up checking with Coach Nelson, and he said, yes, this is her first game back in that game against Jefferson. And she didn't really get any action until, I believe, that third set. Didn't see anything in the first set for certain. So we'll see what sort of changes Martinsburg makes off of that. We see Skylar Bishop is also taking sets right now. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly that adjustment is. Try to get things going as they've lost 8 of their last 10. With that, we'll take another 3-minute break, and we come back. We will be back with more of our pregame for EPAC Volleyball between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch!
The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Of the varsity game between the Cardinals and the Bulldogs. Bulldogs hosting this one after a 5-set loss to Spring Mills in their last matchup. Before we get into more breaking down that, we'll get our pregame interviews that we have with both coaches, starting with the visiting team and Coach Haley Wolf of the Spring Mills Cardinals.
With Coach Haley Wolf of the Spring Mills Cardinals. Coach, I want to know what sort of positive growth from your team have you seen over the course of this season so far?
Positive growth is stronger serves, playing as a team, and just their confidence growing has really shown throughout the course of the past couple months.
They've had a few losses coming into this game. What do you need to see from your team tonight to be able to get back in the win column?
Just finding the floor and making sure our serve receives are going up to our setter and where they need to go.
All right, and finally, you're facing Martinsburg tonight on their home court. What have you seen from the Bulldogs that your team's going to have to attack and prepare for tonight?
Definitely our defense. You know, they got some hard hitters, they got some good swings, and they're smart with their tips, so we just have to cover that and stay up.
All right, Coach Wolf, thank you very much.
Again, that was Coach Haley Wolf of the Spring Mills Cardinals, and then we'll go around to our interview before the game with the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Mike Nelson.
Here with Coach Mike Nelson of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Coach, we had your game against Jefferson on Tuesday, straight sets loss to the Cougars. What did you tell your team after that game that you're hoping they can bring into this one tonight?
Well, they didn't show a lot of energy. I felt lack of communication. They just didn't seem to be having fun. I told them they need to just play some volleyball, have some fun. That all starts with communicating. I felt like they were really quiet on that night against Jefferson. So that's what we're looking to do tonight.
All right, tonight you're facing a Spring Mills team that beat you in a tough, tight 5-set matchup last time on their home court. Tonight you're the home team. What have you seen from Spring Mills that you're going to have to attack and be ready for tonight?
Well, they have some good servers. They served really well against us last time. We need to be good on first contact, serve, receive especially, and we need to contain their hitters. They've got some strong hitters that we need to play defense against, and that'll help us out tonight against them.
All right, Coach Nelson, thank you very much.
Again, that was Coach Mike Nelson of the Martinsburg Bulldogs back with you here live inside the gym of the Bulldogs. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call. Spencer Dupuis is our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner are cameramen for this evening. And Nick Verzolini is back in the studio. So we got 2 minutes before the end of this clock finally runs down and we get to the varsity game after we had to wait a little bit for the freshman game to wrap up to get things off and running out on the court. So some final thoughts that we can get into as we get into the closing stretches of warm-ups. Jim, for Spring Mills, what is, you think, the key for what they need to do tonight to get another win against Martinsburg?
It's going to come down to Kane and Stevens. Got to run their offense. Got to get some big swings. Try to keep Martinsburg on their heels. If you can press Martinsburg, get them out of system, you end up in a situation where maybe you pick up some cheap points that way. I think offensively, that's the keys to victory are, at least in the 10 years that I was on the bench, always went through the offense.
And we look on the Martinsburg side here. Coach Nelson in that interview pregame said his team didn't seem like they were having fun out there. It just wasn't a lot of energy. So that's really what he's focusing on. And I wonder if, Jim, that's kind of what you saw from Martinsburg in the last couple games we had, especially in that game against Jefferson.
He's rotating in different players, trying to find that lineup, the magic number, the magic set. And it's very difficult to do that. We used to play lots of games during practice. And by games, believe it or not, I mean we played red light, green light. We played tag. We played different types of agility games that you would expect to keep it light and fun, but still maintain a competitive edge. Kids play to win. That's what you want. You want to play to win. You want to compete in every aspect of every drill, of every practice, game-type situation. So, there's no reason why they can't have fun, but it's a lot more fun to win than it is to lose.
With that, we're going to see that the clock is running down here 10 seconds before they will come onto the court for their introduction. So we'll go ahead and give you the rosters for ourselves as they get ready to announce them over the PA. We'll start with the visiting squad, the Spring Mills Cardinals. The varsity team goes like this. Number 1, Addison Grove. Number 3, Maddie McDaniel. Number 4, Jaden Junkin, who we will not see tonight, who is out with an injury. Number 5, Emma Jones. Number 6, Bella Abshire. Number 7, Ariana Parsley. Number 8, Ava Campbell. Number 9, Isabel Bolliard. Number 10, Brooke Everhart. Number 11, Gracie Kane. Number 12, Peyton Dugan. Number 13, Sasha Connor. Number 14, Samantha Stevens. And number 15, Riley Ratchford. As I look down onto the court, I actually see Riley Ratchford wearing number 16. And we go on to the varsity side for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, we'll start off with number 1, Helani Chacon, number 2, Honey Carter, number 5, Avery Sifford, number 6, Addison Sifford, number 10, Deja Wright, number 17, Maddie Fischel, number 18, Amani Fennell, number 19, Katie Zittel, number 20, Skylar Bishop, number 21, Allie Mosby, number 22, Amelia Brinkley, number 23, Madison Henry, number 27, Addison Strovel, number 30, Courtney Dick, number 34, Kira Rhodes. So that's the rosters for both sides, and we should mention one last time before the end of our pregame show here, the QR code that you see on the bottom right of your screen is for Jalen's journey, for helping Jalen Jacoby fight against Hodgkin's lymphoma. We'll go. That's a great cause that we're having acknowledged now right inside the gym here of Martinsburg High School as well. It's a great thing that they're doing here tonight, Jim. Looks like we got a camera phone video being taken there. Make sure we all acknowledge. So, with that, we'll take one last 3-minute break before we start things out here for the varsity game. And after that 3-minute break, we'll be back to bring you the game between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. You're watching EPAC Volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be this football season. Join us Fridays for Martinsburg Bulldog games, Saturdays for Shepherd Rams and WVU games, and every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday nights for the NFL primetime games. We still have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. So come on in and enjoy the Palace Lounge. We're located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si based on EPA estimate of MY20 full-line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Welcome back into the gym at Martinsburg High School. That was the national anthem being sung by one of the captains of the Bulldogs, Ellie Mosby, number 21, who has been playing really well for this Martinsburg team lately. And it looks like she's got many talents as she really killed that national anthem there.
Yeah, she did a good job. Now it's time to get mentally focused and prepared, to make it happen, but, in the 30-by-30 square that she's got to be protecting the middle of to start this match.
She killed it with her singing voice. Now she'll try to get some kills in this game here up front. One of the senior captains on this Martinsburg team, along with Skylar Bishop and Amani Fennell, who we'll all see on the front line to start things out, as well as number 5, Avery Sifford. We'll see Kira Rhodes and Katie Zittel out on the floor. We'll see Addison Sifford, the libero, will get ready to check in to the match to start things out as well. She'll check in for Kira Rhodes. And we see on the Spring Mill side of things, Addison Grove is the libero tonight. That's why we didn't see her in the JV matchup, because she's filling in for the injured Jaden Junkin, the usual starting libero for the Cardinals. We'll see Katie Zittel start things out.
Oh, deep serve. Got bailed out.
Sasha Connor's going to set this one up. It's a free ball by Emma Jones. Fennell tried to get the pancake there, but couldn't quite get it as it bounces back towards the baseline on the basketball court here. It's 1-0.
It's a free ball transition error. Mosby has got to back up and pinch. It's defense before offense. Got to make the pass.
It's Ariana Parsley first serving for the Cardinals.
Real tight.
That hit by Skylar Bishop doesn't go over the net. First 2 points go to Spring Mills.
Yeah, it was a good pass. Sets a little tight. Bishop's going to have to adjust. She needs to reach way up, try to tip that through or over the block.
Parsley, again, that first serve goes over to Sifford. Fennell will hit it from the 10 line.
Great pass.
Connor on the left side gets a kill. It's a freshman.
And Sifford on the defensive rotation. She's inside the 10 line. We call that no man's land. Defensive rotation's got to be beyond the 10 line. They're going to swing the other way.
We saw in that first matchup between these two teams that Spring Mills had a chance to take it in straight sets. As Ellie Mosby with the tip there and stays in. First point on the board for Martinsburg goes to the national anthem singer there herself, Ellie Mosby.
Yeah, Parsley was right there. She just kind of guessed. She guessed wrong.
See Avery Sifford serving for the Bulldogs, and that's an ace off the hands of Sasha Connor.
Got to keep your feet underneath you. Used to run a practice thing called a run through, where you run through the ball, keeping your hands down.
Sifford serves it to Grove. Go to Bolliard on the side.
No
Mosby.
communication.
Parsley will set up Connor again, and she sends that one too far.
Yeah, miss hit.
Don't get under that one. So 3 in a row for both sides to start things out. Tied back up at 3.
Well, this is your front row for Martinsburg that I would believe should be doing all kinds of damage. And then the freshman misses the serve. Like, it's so frustrating. My goodness. Your best offensive front row, a freshman has got to put the ball in play.
And we'll see the freshman on the other side serve right back for the Cardinals. We'll go to Mosby on the right. Dug out by another freshman. Attempted a roof there by Fennell. They'll go back to her.
It's tight.
Blocked. It's a roof for the Cardinals. Gracie Kane and Isabel Bolliard putting the Cardinals back up by 2.
Yeah, it sets real tight, so Fennell, she tried to do what she could with it. Really, that tight set, you got to go either hard angle or line, and you can't hit straight.
Go 10 line. It's Sifford putting that one into the net. And we see some young players on both sides here. Sasha Connor, who's played all season on this varsity team for Spring Mills. So you see that tap over by Mosby. going to get her another kill.
Well, I think that was Bishop.
Yes.
Bishop with the power dink. Great placement. She had her hand on top of the ball.
That's going to cut the lead for Spring Mills back down to 2. As Addison Sifford will serve now for the Bulldogs.
Good pass.
Get it up, Samantha Stevens.
Yeah. Oh, good dig, though.
They'll go to Fennell. Punches it.
Got to get the ball to Fennell.
They'll go right side. It's Bolliard off block.
Good swing by Bolliard. That's good. This is, again,
Fennell.
trouble.
Tap sliding down is Parsley. Oh, a dump there with the right
I don't
hand.
even know what that was.
Skylar Bishop
Bishop
trying to
was
use some
off
finesse.
the net that time.
Stevens. It's another dig on the big swing by Stevens. Go to Grove. Pass for Parsley. Set up Bolliard. Another tap. And that swing goes back into the back line.
Oh, good deep free ball. Now the defense has time to set. Spring Mills has to use it, and they do. That's Kane.
Gracie Kane. The big swing from the middle puts the Cardinals back up by 3. 7-4. See, Addison Grove will check out. On the other side for the Cardinals, it's Bella Abshire who will come into the game for the first time. And there's an ace for Kane. 2 straight points for her. First from the middle, up front, and then in the back. Spring Mills doubling up Martinsburg 8-4 at the moment. First set, this varsity game.
Yeah, the start for Martinsburg is just, again, bad first contacts. No offense because they've ended up in a situation where it's a bad pass followed by a set that's either too tight or too far from the net. Because the pass isn't there, you put a lot of pressure on the freshman setter.
They'll go outside here. Kira Rhodes. Back to Bolliard, 2 hands. Setting up Bishop in the middle.
Yeah, Bishop was early.
And it's out. No contact on the Spring Mills side. Makes it a 5-point lead, 9-4.
I'm just not sure what the play was. Not sure if that was supposed to be quick or short.
So they'll stay with Gracie Kane for Spring Mills. And this is going to just be a mishit there. 10-4. There's the first timeout from Coach Nelson. We'll keep it here through this first break as it's 10-4. Spring Mills getting off to a pretty hot start here. Jim, what have you liked from Spring Mills to get out this lead, and what do we need to see improvement-wise from the Bulldogs?
Well, I'm not. Spring Mills has put the ball in play. Martinsburg has not. I mean, it's a matter of I'd be very frustrated because the poor first contacts closes the door on any opportunity to run offense, and then because you put so much pressure on the on the setters to have to chase the ball all around, and they're so used to being out of system. When they finally get a good pass, and you end up in a situation where you absolutely must execute. You cannot set the ball on the net, especially at the pins, putting Fennell in a tough situation. I mean, they had the perfect lineup with Mosby, Bishop, and Fennell, and got nothing out of it.
And the serve by Kane goes out. So Martinsburg with an opportunity to make a run after the run by Spring Mills. Got it from 6-4 to 10-4.
Yeah, and that's the importance of first contact. Is then Spring Mills comes back, misses a serve. Martinsburg then misses a serve. Neither team wants to be the third best in the EPAC the way that when we start like this. Spring Mills has the early advantage, but they really haven't showed a whole lot. Stevens has had a good start. That's 4 missed serves in a row.
On both sides makes it 11-6. 5-point lead for the Cardinals over the Bulldogs. It'll be Amani Fennell, another one of the captains for the Bulldogs, with the serve. She'll send that one to Grove. Parsley will go for Connor, far from the net, and overcompensates for being away from the net, puts too much on it.
Yeah, she's 13 feet off the net. She's got, a little top spin. Really snap follow through. Oh, great serve by Fennell.
Sends it right at the freshman libero Grove, filling in for the usual starter junking and making them pay. 11-8. And they'll go at it again. Back to Grove. And, the second hit goes up into the face of Connor.
In position, if you're in position and serve receive, you should not have to step back. Grove should be in a position where if she has to step back, the ball should be out.
The Bulldogs up to 9 points now. 11-9. The Cardinals lead. Bolliard sends a free ball.
And there's a free ball.
Ends up overpassing it, and Ariana Parsley takes advantage. Getting Spring Mills back up by 3 after a bit of a run there by the Bulldogs. Emma Jones checking in for the first time. And she will serve, and that goes off the left hand of Sifford up into the rafters on the second hit by Fennell. Lost it there. The third hit can't get over. 13-9. So Jones will go again. Skylar Bishop sets up Fennell.
Great swing.
Parsley will go over to Connor on the left side. Too much on it. Bulldogs back within 3. Ellie Mosby checks back in. Courtney Dick comes in for the first time, and she will serve. Send this one to Grove, the freshman again. We'll set up another freshman, Connor. Tries to send it to the right side with some finesse. Mosby gets a good hit on it. Spring Mills has to send a free ball. Tough positioning there as Abshire, I think the ball didn't have quite as much on it as she thought, had to reposition at the last second, ends up sending the free ball over her head and out.
And this is just
not
a very good lineup for Spring Mills. Spring Mills has a rotation where they're relying on their freshman outside hitter, a sophomore on the offhand, and your setter in the 5-1 at the 3. This is just a dreadful lineup for Spring Mills.
Sasha Connor off the block. They'll go tight up to the net as Fischel. They'll say it was out. So Spring Mills able to catch a break there as they can make an adjustment. They can bring Gracie Kane back out on the court. The libero Sifford checks back in for the Bulldogs. Addison Grove checks the serve there. 10 line is Fennell. Up in the rafters. Hits off the roof. Hits off the ceiling there. Brings Martinsburg back within 1 point.
Again, this is a pretty good front row for Martinsburg. These next 2 rotations.
Taps off the net. Connor barely able to get there. Emma Jones from the back. Maddie Fischel sends over a free ball close to the antenna. Sasha Connor. Zittel will set up Bishop. Taps it. They'll go back to Connor, who punches it over. Sifford keeps it alive. They'll go to Skylar Bishop, blocked at the net by Kane. And it's a roof. Back up by 2 goes the Cardinals. Gracie Kane. They get her back in the lineup, and she makes an impact almost immediately. Parsley now. They'll go to Bishop. Tries to find no man's land, but it's Kane on the dump who finds no man's land for herself. 2 in a row for Gracie Kane once again. Back to a 3-point lead for Spring Mills. Parsley will send another one.
Oh,
that's
good
a line
serve.
drive.
Good save by Zittel. That's all right.
2 hands.
I guess set up the
Fennell.
defense.
They'll go to the right outside. Bolliard puts too much on it. 16-14. See Avery Sifford check back in for the Bulldogs. And she'll get the serve with her team down by 2 points. Set it up, Boyard on the left side now. That one also doesn't stay in. Oh no, we'll get a overruling there.
We got a net violation is the call.
There we go. So that point actually ends up going to Spring Mills to make it 17-14.
Yeah, Boyard got bailed out. It was a good swing, though. Good spot, deep corner.
Connor serving now for Spring Mills.
Yeah, see, Fennell, I mean, she has to hit from the 10 line.
Stevens blocked. They can't keep it alive. Roof for Ellie Mosby.
Yeah, it's a great block. It's good. It was a good front row, but Mosby goes 3 rotations across the front row, and Martinsburg comes across down 2. It just very tough situation for Martinsburg.
Mosby checks back out. Rhodes comes in. They'll go to Kane again. That one's out. Kane having a good first set, but can't get that one to stay in.
Yeah, got a snap follow through. It's a good swing, good set.
So Spring Mills leads back down to 1.
It was a good angle, too, for Spring Mills. Not a blockable ball.
Parsley will go to Kane off the block. Set up.
It's real tight.
Fennell, the kill for Amani Fennell.
Yeah, that's all athleticism. She has to reach real tight. The set sucked her in, and she just beat the block.
17-17. We're all tied up now.
Oh, good pass.
Parsley will go to Kane. Off the hands of Zittel. Line drive. Gracie Kane having herself quite a first set.
Oh, good serve by Zittel. She got to a good defensive base, just couldn't make the play. Block maybe needs to pull that block just a little bit more.
There's Kane again. Her first serve went for an ace, and this one goes for another one. 2 in a row for Spring Mills. Off the hands of Zittel again. 19-17. Kane serving once more.
Your pass is 20 feet from the net.
Parsley goes over left side. Stevens kept alive.
That's roofed.
That was Abshire. And a floater by Bishop. They'll say it stayed in. Right over the head of Stevens. Floated it right over her. 19-18. Martinsburg's been able to keep this one close. Go to Boyard, blocked at the net. We'll go to Stevens now, left hand roofed again. And off the block there. Martinsburg takes the lead. Addison Strovel on the front line now for Martinsburg.
Yeah, big shout out to the tens of people from the Strovel family watching all across the country.
Fennell sets that one up. We'll go to Boyard outside. Another block there by Fennell. She'll get another one. Dug by Grove. Free ball by Parsley is what has to go over. Bishop sets up for Rhodes. Sliding to her knees where that one was Parsley. Boyard blocked again. Abshire sets up for Stevens, but she's far, has to put that over the down ball. The dump by Bishop ends up the kill there.
Timeout Spring Mills, 19-20.
So the Bulldogs have finally gotten the lead here in this first set after Spring Mills was able to control the lead for most of this one. But it looks like Martinsburg has finally been able to get on the right track here and get the lead back here. They have the potential to take this set after it wasn't looking too good there.
Yeah, it's the teams are they both have rotations where they just seem to get into a funk where they can't get out. And in both situations, I thought that Spring Mills is in a good rotation right now. They've given up the lead with some of their size in the front row. It's a matter of first contacts, being able to actually run their offense through that size.
Both teams will come out of their huddles. 20-19 in our first set of varsity action. Skylar Bishop serves for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be a free ball sent by Spring Mills. See what Martinsburg does with it. They'll set up Strovel on the right. And it's a kill for McStuffins. Addison Strovel puts the Bulldogs back up to a 2-point lead.
You couldn't ask for a better time for the sophomore to give you a point.
Go to the right side, Bolliard. That stays in.
All kinds of top spin on that with authority.
Spring Mills not giving up the lead so quietly as they try to get it back. 21-20 in the first set. Bolliard will serve. Into the net. Giving the Bulldogs a break to give them the 2-point lead right back. Tough timing there. See Maddie Fischel checking in for the Bulldogs. Fennell serves to Connor. There goes Stevens, far from the net, but gets a kill. The height from Stevens, making it work from the 10 line.
Well, she's left-handed. That's her side, too. It's much easier for her to hit on that side. When she's at the 4, the ball has to cross the entire plane of her body till it gets to her left hand. On this side, the ball reaches her left hand first.
Free ball from Martinsburg. Parsley sets up Bolliard, running start. Ends up a kill off the hands of Sifford. And we're tied back up. 22-22. We saw this first matchup between these teams at Spring Mills was tightly contested. First 4 sets, both teams reached 20 points.
Now, Bolliard isn't afraid to swing.
Off the tip there, it's Rhodes. Martinsburg taking a 1-point lead once again. 23-22. Spring Mills needs a point here soon. Or else.
Good pass.
Abshire off the block. It falls to the floor. No one there in the middle. Off the hands of Mosby. 23-23. And it'll be the freshman Grove serving for the Cardinals. The fill-in starting libero.
Floater. Perfect pass by Fennell.
Bishop for Mosby. Out. Spring Mills has set point.
Martinsburg calls timeout.
Coach Nelson's calling for it. And he'll get it. We'll keep it here with the timeout. It's 24-23 in the first set here between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. They've been back and forth. Spring Mills is at set point. Neither team has been able to get a huge advantage so far in this one, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, Martinsburg was down 4-10 and managed to battle back. I am just, both teams have a lineup, a situation in their rotation where they've given up more points. Figuring out how to get through those rotations, that right now has become the challenge.
Once Martinsburg battled back from that deficit there early, it has been back and forth. Parsley will set up Kane in the middle.
Well, Spring Mills had their shot right there.
Fennell from the 10 line.
Oh, good pass.
Jones. Go to Sasha Connor off the block. Mosby is kept alive. Connor will go at it again. Bishop sets up Fennell off the block.
That's a good save.
Kept alive.
Got to be a deep free ball. Oh, and they get him in the rotation.
And it's out. Set point for Spring Mills. 25-23. Coming on the road and taking the first set. trying to beat Martinsburg again like they did in their last matchup. We'll take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second set between these teams. 25-23, another tight contested matchup here between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here inside the gym as we just wrapped up the first set between the Bulldogs and the Spring Mills Cardinals. As tight back and forth we went. Spring Mills got out to a big lead to start things out. Martinsburg battled back. In the end, the Cardinals got the win in the first set, 25-23. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call. Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner, our cameraman for this evening. Nick Verzolini back in the studio. Jim, that was about as close as a first set can get before going to our win-by-2 situation. So Spring Mills was the one able to get out the victory there.
Yeah, Martinsburg won the first set on September 13th, 25-20. So, and eventually lost the match. Tonight, Spring Mills prevails 25-23 in the first set. Will we see change? Are things going to continue in that manner? We don't know. It's still very early. But both teams have different lineup situations where they're going to have to figure things out, or it's going to be a real tough situation. Spring Mills got into a situation where they had their setter Parsley in the front row with a freshman and a sophomore. And Bolliard and Connor could not swing their way out of it. Luckily, Spring Mills had a good-sized lead when they got into that funk. Martinsburg dug back and came back. Martinsburg has been able to score a bunch of points when they've got their big front row, and they've got Bishop, Mosby, and Fennell. So somebody's going to have to figure out their passing game to be able to, for Spring Mills, they can't get caught in that lineup. Martinsburg has to be able to capitalize when they have their size in the front row.
Parsley will start things out serving for the Cardinals. Ellie Mosby off the block. They'll give the point to the Bulldogs.
The call is Kane with a net violation. Well, I saw no penetration whatsoever. I did not see that.
That one goes out. The point goes back to the Cardinals. Either way, off the block, it went from Kane, fell to the floor, so they would have gotten the point either way.
We talked about in the first set with Grove where she is in the back line. If she has to step backwards, the ball should be out. She proved it right there. She had to step back, the ball was out.
It would be a free ball from the back for Fennell. Spring Mills is set up. They'll go to Kane in the middle.
Off block.
Ooh. Go over to Fennell. Off block again. Sent over. And Martinsburg takes advantage. Another point for the Bulldogs from Skylar Bishop. They'll go back around to Addison Sifford, the libero for the Bulldogs. Go to the right side for Bolliard. Off the block, it falls.
Yeah, I think it's real important for Spring Mills to be assertive. I really feel like Spring Mills, for them to win this match, they've got to take set 2. I feel like they've got to really press here early. I think Martinsburg still, at home. It was a close match.
Now an up in the net. Skylar Bishop, tough one for her to get to there.
Yeah, she has two choices. She either has to play the ball above the net or she has to play the ball below the net. You can't play it even up. Oh, look, there goes little Colin Schaffner walking around. We love little Colin Schaffner. Honest Donna's son. There he goes. He's so cute.
And, of course, we have Braden Schaffner on our camera tonight. We'll have Donna Schaffner on the ATEM, our on-site producer, Saturday afternoon this week, and also Friday night for Musselman and Hedgesville for football. As this point goes the way of the Bulldogs, makes it 4-3.
Yeah, this is that lineup. This is the lineup that Spring Mills that I talked about before. So they've got Parsley right now is at the 3. They got actually they got Dugan in right now.
Yeah, Peyton Dugan has checked in for the first time.
So at least they recognize the fact that this lineup is in a tough situation. Now Stevens is up there.
It's nodded back up 4-4. Bolliard will serve. Bishop goes right side for Fennell. Stevens from the left stays up. Fennell again off the block and out.
Told her.
5-4 in the second set. Bulldogs lead the Cardinals. The Avery Sifford checks out.
Yeah, both teams just kind of feeling their way. Neither team, there's no real momentum, no real spark. Got to see whichever team can get something going here.
And they let that one go, but it's in. It's an ace for Fennell. 6-4 Bulldogs. So Fennell will go at it again. Sends another one at Grove. Tough one there. Looked like it might have hit off of her face, but it stayed in alignment for her teammates to pass it. And that's just hits the floor there. It's another point for the Bulldogs. 7-4 now. So Fennell one more time. Gets another serve. Sends it at Grove, but Stevens makes the play for it. It hits off her hands and goes backwards. And there's a timeout from Spring Mills. We'll take this one with them. So it's 8-4. Martinsburg leads the second set after losing the first one. We'll be back in 30 seconds as you watch EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here. 8-4. Martinsburg leads the second set over Spring Mills. And a good start for the Bulldogs after losing the first set. 25-23 to the Cardinals. Fennell sends this serve over to Stevens. Stevens will get another shot at it. And just dumps it down there with the left hand in the no man's land. Leads cut back down to 3. Martinsburg trying to knot this one up one set apiece. Spring Mills trying to put themselves
good
one
pass.
set away from victory. A dump there by Bishop. Tap there by Parsley. Official over the head. It's in. Over the head of Jones. 9-5. Martinsburg leads. We'll see Courtney Dick check back in for the Bulldogs. She will be the next one to serve. She'll send this one
Good
over
serve.
to Jones. Parsley will pass this one to Connor. Too much on it. 10-5.
Your front row right now is Dugan, your setter, and Connor, the freshman. This is just a tough lineup for Spring Mills.
Connor puts some finesse on that one. Rainbow Mosby.
And you got no block.
Laser beam.
Dugan just outmatched. The senior is just outmatched against Mosby there. Martinsburg should be dominating this right now.
11-5. They currently lead.
Like, I would have my most consistent server in right now. That's all you got to do. Put the ball in play.
And that's a service error from Dick. She'll check out.
And now you got Kane back in the front row for Spring Mills. This is a chance for them to start digging out. Got all kinds of size, though, for Martinsburg.
Official.
And that should have been out.
Down ball. They'll go Kane with the finesse over to the left side.
Well, she dug, the dig was clearly out. I mean, the ball was played above the shoulders.
It's now 11-7. Pass there. Up close to the net. Block there.
Kane just doesn't penetrate. It's a good block. She just doesn't penetrate the plane of the net. The ball goes straight down, but on her side.
Bulldogs back up to a 5-point lead, 12-7. Katie Zittel serving for the Bulldogs. We'll go to Connor on the left side. Fennell gets it. Go to Fischel. She's blocked. But it stays alive. Fischel gets another one. Blocked again.
Oh, that's tight.
And that's tough there.
Zittel. We used to run setter drills where what we would do is we would stand on a box and throw the ball at the net. Sometimes we would loft, sometimes pitch straight at the net, forcing the setter to make one of two decisions, either below the net playing it out or above the net playing it over. There's really no other way to go. You can't get caught playing within the actual width of the net.
Service error from Spring Mills makes it 13-8. You get to see Avery Sifford serve.
And this is the biggest lineup for Martinsburg.
And that's an ace for Sifford. There's 3 hits that don't get it over.
But look at the front row for Martinsburg right now. Got Mosby.
It's the captains.
Right. You got Mosby, Fennell, and Bishop. Your back row, if there were ever a time to implore your defense, your back row for Martinsburg to work it. Oh, and then it's, man, right at you. Sifford's got to make that play. Just bad first contacts, both sides. Free ball, got to use this now. Zitto with a good set,
Bishop.
Good swing. Another free ball. Martin's got to stay with it. Run your offense, back set.
Mosby off the block.
Spring Mills is scrapping.
Connor off block.
Oh, this is all kinds of trouble.
Not inside the antenna. 14-9.
Yeah, Zitto with a little too much there.
It's a 5-point lead once more for the Bulldogs. Sasha Connor serves.
And now Spring Mills has all kinds of size in their front row.
Bishop light tap is roofed. Right as you say it, it's Kane and Stevens right there.
So it's the exact same situation. Like, I would be imploring Connor, put the serve in play. Trust your defense now. Serve and play defense. Set up. This is a free ball now. You got to use it if you're Spring Mills.
Grove. It's Bolyard sends one. It's Avery Sifford with the receive.
Pulled her in. She pulled Fennell in.
Off the block.
Fennell still gets the kill, but it was not the best set. Zittel needs to push the ball outside, make the defense work harder.
Back up to a 5-point lead once again. 15-10. The Addison Sifford serving for the Bulldogs. They send it to Grove. They're going to go to Kane in the middle. And there, they'll say it never went over. 4 hits.
Yeah, I don't believe that, but
16-10 Martinsburg. They go to Grove again. Bolyard right side.
That's a great swing, great approach.
Zittel couldn't get the hit on that one. 16-11.
I really like Bolyard at the offhand. I really like her hitting at the 2. She's playing real well on the right side.
Gracie Kane for the Cardinals.
Oh, perfect pass.
I got a Rhodes in the middle. Set this up tight to the net. Dumped over by Parsley. 10 line, it's Fennell. And it's another kill for Amani Fennell. 17 for Martinsburg now. The Bulldogs lead by 6 points over Spring Mills. Goes back around to Bishop to serve now.
Oh, overpass.
And Martinsburg takes advantage. It's Kira Rhodes.
There's your timeout for Spring Mills.
18-11 Martinsburg in the second set. Trying to knot this thing up at 1 set apiece. We'll take a 30-second break with them for the timeout. So watch EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School as the Bulldogs lead the Cardinals of Spring Mills 18-11 in the second set after they lost set number 1, 25-23. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call. Spencer Dupuy, our on-site producer, Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner on our cameras, and Nick Verzley back in the studio as we get some sort of delay as our down judge is talking to press row over here, the scores table. Hard to tell what the delay is from up here, but they're about to blow play to resume again. And there's an ace for Skylar Bishop. That's going to continue to extend the lead of Martinsburg up to 8.
Well, I'd go again. I'd keep serving Sam Stevens. Of course, I would serve over the net. But, I mean, there's clearly, Stevens did not play as much on defense in that first matchup. And all of a sudden tonight she's, in the serve-receive.
Bishop will set this one up for Rhodes.
Good swing. Good set by Bishop, too.
Tapped over there by Parsley. Fennell with the down ball. They'll go to Stevens on the left side. Big kill for Samantha Stevens. 2 in a row for Spring Mills as they try to get back into the second set. 19-13 now. Be Bolliard serving. A tough play there by Fennell. And that free ball goes out wide. There's a timeout on the Martinsburg side from Coach Nelson. Coming out of the timeout, Spring Mills is able to get 3 straight points. They cut the lead down from 8 to 5. We'll see if they can get back in this, and it looked like just some unenforced errors there from Martinsburg. Stay here with you through this timeout. Again, set things up for you. It's a 1-0 lead for Spring Mills. Last time we saw these two teams, it was at Spring Mills, and it went to 5 sets. It's back and forth affair all night long. Each team in the first 4 sets getting themselves to 20 points before a 15-12 fifth set victory for the Cardinals on their home court. So far, the first set lived up to that last matchup, a worthy sequel. We'll see if Spring Mills can keep it up by getting back into the second set. Isabel Bolliard continues to serve.
Good serve.
Go to Rhodes, taps it over. Parsley's there. Stevens with the left. Bishop will go to Strovel.
It's off block.
They're going to call that one in.
It's off block anyway.
Off the block, yep. 20-14. Martinsburg back up by 6 with 5 points to go. Amani Fennell serving for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you go right there. That's what I said with Skylar Bishop earlier. I'd serve Stevens until she proves that she can make the serve receive.
A couple players for Spring Mills have had some trouble for that. The young filling in libero, Addison Grove, the freshman. As they go to her,
it's gotta be
and
out.
There it is.
The ball has got to be out. She opened and took a step back from her position. It's got to be out.
22-14, Bulldogs. So they try to close out this set and knot things up one set apiece. Parsley goes to Stevens on the right side. Keep it up. Oh, Strovel stumbled, maybe tweaked a knee there as Bishop set things up for her. Or maybe she just blew out a tire there, perhaps. Hopefully that's the extent of what it goes. She was limping as she got up there for a second. Hopefully she can shake it off. She's staying in. But that point does go to Spring Mills. 22-15. Emma Jones serving for the Cardinals. They'll go to Fischel on the left side. Parsley's going to set up Connor on the Cardinals' right side. It's a kill off the block. Leads back down to 6. 3 points to go for the set for the Bulldogs. Jones sends that one at Fischel. Go to Fennell from the 10 line off the net. It's going to be tough. Down ball gets it over. Go to Rhodes from Jones. And tough plays for Spring Mills to keep it alive. Only free balls they've been able to send over. And they'll say double contact, a prolonged hit there from the Bulldogs. So once again, Spring Mills cutting an 8-point lead down to a 5-point lead. See if they can cut it down any closer than that. Emma Jones once more. That's over the head of Fennell and out. 2 points away from the set are the Bulldogs. We'll see a serve from Courtney Dick on the Bulldogs side, 23-17. Tap there over. Mosby in the middle.
Oh, my.
Tough there. Line drive from Mosby. Play stays alive, though. Fennell from the back. Connor. Tough play there. Off the block, there's a third hit. Parsley goes to Bulliard, way from the net. But
wow.
The block from Mosby doesn't stay in. (23-18). That's a service error. Set point for Martinsburg. Katie Zittel try to end this set for the Bulldogs.
Oh, the ball was out. Bulliard with the
Sasha
bailout.
Connor into the net. That's a point for the Bulldogs, and that's the set. 25-18. Goes set number 2. The Bulldogs tie this one up, 1 set apiece. We'll take 1 minute for our break. When we're back, we'll get ready for the third set with things tied up 1 set apiece. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 1 minute.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be this football season. Join us Fridays for Martinsburg Bulldog games, Saturdays for Shepherd Rams and WVU games, and every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday nights for the NFL primetime games. We still have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. So come on in and enjoy the Palace Lounge. We're located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here. The second set goes to the Bulldogs. They dropped the first set to the Cardinals, 25-23. That one goes the way of Martinsburg to knot things back up, and I think that was a vast improvement there from Martinsburg in that second set there, Jim.
Oh, let me tell you something. Martinsburg, well, all they needed to do was clean up first contacts. They didn't miss nearly as many serves in the second set. Spring Mills looked really flat, and it's one of those things where the team that won the second set last time won the match. My thought was is that a 25-23 road first set victory for Spring Mills, they had to come out and win the second set. They had to be assertive. They could not get flat. They did just that, and I think, as we've said since the beginning of the pregame, Martinsburg is in the driver's seat. They're right back where they needed to be, and all they've got to do, I think, is come out and not get into a flat-footed situation. We saw freshman mistakes. We saw freshman free ball error. My goodness, all you got to do is keep the ball in play. And Spring, you got the opportunity to take a 2-1 lead here if you can pull out this set for Martinsburg.
So we see the liberos check back in. We'll get ready to start this one up. Knotted up one apiece. Starting set number 3 will be Katie Zittel to serve. She'll send this one off to the right. Had some spin that she didn't want on it. Spring Mills gets the first point.
Yeah, that's a tough miss.
So 1-0 Cardinals. Ariana Parsley will serve. Zittel's going to set this one up for Mosby. Off the net. It stays in. The Bulldogs knot it back up.
Yeah, and Bollier, I don't know where she was. She's in no man's land between not blocking on the right side and not backing up for defense.
Avery Sifford serving for the Bulldogs. We'll go to Gracie Kane off the block. It falls to the floor. So it's 2-1 now. Spring Mills taking the lead back. Sasha Connor gets an ace. A freshman making it 3-1 Cardinals. She'll send this one again. Tacked back by Sifford over to the libero Addison Sifford. Gracie Kane sends the rainbow down ball. Fennell gets a kill. Point for the Bulldogs.
She went through the block.
3-2. Spring Mills leading. Grove will set this one up. Parsley to Stevens, and it's a kill for Samantha Stevens. Cardinals 4-2.
Stevens, the left-hander, she's just monstrous. And it's so unusual to see a left-hander playing left side.
Gracie Kane sends that one. Go to Fennell, up close to the net, off the block, it falls. Bulldogs cut the deficit back down to 1.
You know, the best analogy I can provide is, it's almost like seeing a left-handed third baseman. You see the left-hander, you all assume that they play first. To see Stevens hitting on hand as a left-hander is just so unusual.
Out of bounds there it goes.
Tied up.
Bulldogs are up.
Yeah, Bishop's got to use this. Got to use this.
Stevens sends a free ball.
Oh, my goodness.
Off the block. Ends up a point.
Yeah, it's real tight. That's Fennell just reaching for it.
5-4.
Over the block.
They're going to send this one to Grove. Go to Bolliard. Out.
It's off block. That wasn't touched.
We'll say it wasn't. Gives Martinsburg a 6-4 lead. Parsley will go over to Bolliard.
That never went.
Never.
If I'm Spring Mills, I might be calling timeout. The score is 4-2. You're going a 5-0 run. Hate to blow a timeout so early, but
Stevens on the left side, blocked, and it's a roof for Martinsburg. 8-4.
You don't want to be greedy, but if I'm Bishop, man, I'm like thinking put the ball in play. Your defense is playing real well.
Service error. Cuts it back down to a 3-point lead, ends the run.
It hurts. It just hurts to see that happen. Like you're in a situation, the driver's seat.
Bolliard with the serve there for the Cardinals. Parsley goes
early.
Sets up Abshire.
Abshire's a little early.
Fennell. Parsley will set up. Bolliard runs at it. Too much. 9-5.
I do like that Bolliard, the way she swings. Very aggressive swing.
Amani Fennell now serving for Martinsburg. Floater, Grove. Be Connor back far from the net.
I don't know. Yeah, they said it went.
They say it was a roof there for Strovel.
McStuffins. Addison, McStuffin, Strovel.
Spring Mills doubled up now once again. 10-5. Bolliard from the back line sails it.
Timeout, Spring Mills.
There it is. 30 seconds. We'll take the break with them. It's 11-5 Spring Mills. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30.
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Set here between the Bulldogs and the Spring Mills Cardinals is 11-5 Martinsburg. So we're tied up at 1 set apiece. Spring Mills took the first set. And Martinsburg responded with a strong second set. We'll see. Looks like the momentum has continued so far. They'll hand the ball to Amani Fennell. She'll continue to serve.
Yeah, she is not going to miss this serve. She is going to put this serve in play. Bolya
sent it to Grove. Almost an ace there, but they were able to get it before it went into the bench.
Got to use the free ball. Fischel with the cut.
It's a kill for Maddie Fischel.
Yeah, we called that a cut. When you go thumb down, you cut the side of the ball. Could have been a miss hit, could have been a cut. Results in a kill.
12-5 Bulldogs. Fennell sends this one at Grove. Go in the back to Bolliard. And that's another point for Martinsburg. 13-5. Big time run by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, it was 4-2. This is 11-1 run.
Fennell will send another one.
Great serve, but a good pass.
But they can't quite recover from it. Tight up to the net, 14-5. Nine-point lead for the Bulldogs. Fennell will go again. That one's out. Point for the Cardinals. 14-6. Emma Jones checks in to serve. Jones sends that one at Sifford. Bishop will go to Rhodes. Sasha Connor tapped it. That just doesn't go over the net. Tried to tap it across left to right. Didn't send it far enough. 15-6. The Courtney Dick checking in to serve for Martinsburg. Brooke Everhart will check in for the first time on the Spring Mills side. We saw her in the JV game. Dick will go to Jones. Taps that one. It's an ace for Dick. 10-point lead.
Parsley imploring her team to provide some energy, just like begging for something.
We'll send another one, this time to Everhart. Parsley will pass that one to Bolliard, down ball. The 10 line. Fennell sets up Strobel. It stays in.
McStuffins, wearing her dad's Asics, survives the wardrobe malfunction to come back with a big kill to put the Bulldogs up 17-6. New energy here at the court hall, at the field house.
And that's an ace for the Bulldogs.
This is unbelievable.
McStuffins stuffing the stat sheet.
And it's a timeout, Spring Mills.
Another one. 18-6 now. Martinsburg leads. We'll take a break for 30 seconds. It's this timeout. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI based on EPA estimate of MY20 full-line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
Welcome back to the gym at Martinsburg High School, 18-6. The Bulldogs lead. Third set here between Spring Mills and Martinsburg.
No pressure, but this would be situational. What we would do in practice, I'd be saying, Dick, put the ball in play.
Dick sends that one at Grove. Sends up a free ball by Jones, deep one. Bishop will go left side to Fischel.
All might up
into the
yes
into the basketball hoop. Free ball goes over.
Perfect pass. Mosby's there for the kill.
Ellie Mosby makes it 19-6.
And just like that, it feels like the gas pedal has been depressed. The train is leaving the station. The Bulldogs are on the run.
Place the brick down on the accelerator.
Oh, the dump. McStuffins with the roll. This time does not go.
19-7.
The entire clan of Strovels all across the state of Maryland collectively sigh in frustration. Spring Mills scores 7-19.
Addison Grove will send this one over. Serving now for the Cardinals. Off the block. It's another point for the Dogs.
20-7. And somewhere there is a mongrel growling. 20-7. The taste of victory. Right on the edge of set 2.
Still a good crowd here at the Dog Pound. 20-7 off the block. There's another one, a roof.
Hitting in a phone booth with the door closed.
21-7.
And Spring Mills looks to coach in disbelief that set one could be a 25-23 victory.
Set this one up. Bullyard out down the line.
It's a very good swing by Bowler. She just missed the court. It's actually more difficult to hit line. Your natural indication your body is for your arm to cross the plane of your body. For a line shot, your arm needs to come straight. Oh, this is real tight. Oh, that's a six-pack. Mosby delivers that ice-cold six-pack to Everhart.
But they're going to give the point to Spring Mills, say that it's a net violation. Mosby certainly doesn't agree with the call, but she's going to laugh it off, it looks like. 22-8 here in set number 3. Tough play here. Free ball by Bishop has to go over.
Oh, got to run through that.
Bullyard sends that one at Zittle. Official with the free ball.
Way
right
too
back.
many free balls. Way too many free balls.
Gracie Kane mistimed the jump, but still was able to send it with a left hand over. Parsley goes over to Bullyard on the right, off the block and a kill. Cardinals make it 22-9. Down to a 13-point lead.
Don't want to get too loosey-goosey here if you're Martinsburg. Got to get a first pass. Got to get a first touch.
Ariana Parsley.
Yeah, Parsley, Spring Mills field general, back at the end line. Good serve.
Go to Bishop there. Send the free ball.
As an attacker, she's got to be attacking that more quickly. Oh, the ball
Into
never
the
went.
net.
Yeah, never went.
Back to a 14-point lead for Martinsburg. 14-point lead, something maybe used to saying about the Martinsburg football team about 5 minutes into a game. The volleyball team has it
Good
here.
serve. This is trouble. Parsley with the save. Ends in a free. Oh,
Everhart's free ball doesn't go across.
Yeah, free ball mistake. You just can't have that. Just can't have that.
Set point for the Bulldogs.
Everhart's a freshman.
Sifford sends that one at Jones. They'll go for Bullyard on the left.
Got to reach.
Fennell sends that one. Grove keeps it alive.
She accelerated her approach. Good play. Everhart with the down ball.
Sifford will go back
this
to
is
Fennell.
trouble again. My
Taps.
goodness, give Fennell a shot.
And into the divider
That's
between
a good
the
play.
courts.
Good play. Got to reach.
Fennell one more time.
Low.
Roofed.
Zittle knew. She knew.
Tough angle there. 24-10. Brooke Everhart, another freshman.
This is a great lineup for Martinsburg right here. This is your big three in the front row. And that's set.
It won't even matter as it goes into the net. Service error ends the third set, 25-10. Bulldogs go, and they will be one set away from the victory, own their home court. We'll take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll be back with more EPAC volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here. 2-1 lead in the varsity matchup for the Bulldogs. After dropping the first set, they come back and take 2 in a row, and it looks like the momentum is only continuing to build for the Bulldogs as they took that one 25-10. Dylan Bishop and Jim Klein with you on the call. Spencer Dupuis is our on-site producer. Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner on our cameras for tonight, and Nick Verzolini back in the studio. And like I said, that set there was all Martinsburg, Jim, after they couldn't take the first set.
Yeah, well, what you expect to see now is Spring Mills is going to press. You would assume that they're going to come out, they're going to put their best foot forward here at the very beginning of set number 4. What Martinsburg needs to do is dispel the onslaught, and then they've got to take momentum. And if they can do that, then I think that things could continue the way that they progressed in the third set. They've got to bring a lot of energy here to start the fourth set. Lots of ball movement, calling for the ball, foot movement, and stay in control. Don't give up momentum. It's such a fickle beast. The team that won the second set the first time won the match. Martinsburg won sets 2 and 3. Last time, that's where Martinsburg they ended up stealing the fourth set at 26-24 to force 5 before Spring Mills won. Spring Mills thinking the same thing. Steal set 4, force a set 5, see what they can do, prolong this. That's what happened in the freshman match.
So it'll take a big adjustment from Spring Mills compared to that third set. They were only able to get 10 points up on the board. Not quite what we saw in this first matchup between these two teams. When the first 4 sets of that matchup, every team was able to get to 20 or more. We only really saw that in the first set. As we see Maddie McDaniel check in for the first time for Spring Mills, who had a great run of serves the last time we saw Spring Mills against Washington. We'll start off with Ariana Parsley. Goes to Fennell to start things out. They'll go to Skylar Bishop, and a good start for Spring Mills on the roof. Point for the Cardinals. 1-0. Starts things out. Parsley again. Comes right back with a service error. Knot things back up.
Is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsinis.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be this football season. Join us Fridays for Martinsburg Bulldog games, Saturdays for Shepherd Rams and WVU games, and
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School here. Spring Mills only down by 1 point as they serve here, 6-5.
Good serve by Bolliard.
And that one goes out. They tie things back up. Apologize for the technical difficulties. We're back now, tied 6-6 as Martinsburg tries to close this out in a 4-set victory. Spring Mills tries to send this one to 5. That serve from Bolliard goes in the net. 7-6. Amani Fennell, kill leader for this Bulldogs team, sends this one. Go back line for Grove, sends a high arcing rainbow there. But official on the left.
Good deep down ball.
Stevens taps that one. Martinsburg still at it. They have to send the free ball.
Way too many free balls.
Stevens off the hand of Bishop. Fennell was diving down for that one. Bishop went at it first. 7-7 now. It's Maddie McDaniel will check in. We had that game for Spring Mills when they hosted Washington. McDaniel came in late in the game and had a good string of serves. We'll see if she does it again. Fennell sends this one from the back. Emma Jones off the hands of Fennell. Falls to the floor. Spring Mills takes the lead. That third set looked like all Martinsburg. But Spring Mills coming out with some adjustments.
Yeah, Martinsburg's just very flat.
There's a roof. Oh, an attempt at one by Abshire, but it goes back into the net. Sifford sets this one up for Fischel. McDaniel receives it. Set up for Emma Jones on the outside. And that stays in. Fennell decided to let it go. 9-7 Cardinals.
Martinsburg cannot get out of this rotation. It's a smaller front row for them.
McDaniel once again. Oh, this one goes in the net. So there's the chance for Martinsburg to make an adjustment.
Both times Spring Mills has been in a situation where they have a chance to extend their lead. They've missed serves.
Mosby and Dick check back in. 9-8 Spring Mills. And Dick says it rides the tape.
Well, she was the determining server that's helped to provide the separation in the third set. So you can bet Dick's not going to hit the tape this time.
There she goes with that one. Grove sends it close up to the net. They'll go to Emma Jones.
Off over block. Oh, this is tight. Got to reach, Fischel.
Sends that one down into the net. Spring Mills back up by a point. Goes back to the freshman libero, Addison Grove.
Oh, that's good.
Strovel, 2 point. Double hit there, 11-9.
McStuffins might have had a little mayo on her fingers there.
Two-point lead for the Cardinals. The freshman Grove try to keep this going as we get an adjustment there. Parsley throwing something off the court there.
Good pass.
Fennell.
Reach.
Mosby
off block.
stays.
It's off block. That is off block. Yeah, that was in anyway, but it was off block.
So that's the lead cut back down to 1 point. Spring Mills is doing a good job of keeping this lead, trying to force set number 5. The Bulldogs try to get this lead back and end it in
trouble.
4.
Got to be angled, yep.
Never goes over. We're back tied up again. 11 apiece.
Yeah, Spring Mills doesn't need to blow a timeout just yet, but this is one where you don't want to see the lead get extended out of reach. I mean, it's 11-all right now. Oh, there's a foot fault. Good call. Zitto with the bad toss.
Self-enforced error by Martinsburg puts the Cardinals back up by a point. See Parsley back to serve again. And that's an ace there as the miscommunication between the Bulldogs players. Looked like all 3 of the captains there were the ones that were the closest to the ball, but none of them knew who was going to take it. Parsley. Zittle will go for Mosby in the middle. It's a kill.
It looked like Kane might have touched net. Someone touched net. Couldn't tell if it was Mosby's follow-through or Kane off the reaching, but
it's 13-12 Spring Mills. Sifford sends that serve at Grove. Oh, Mosby, they'll try to keep this one alive. They do. Fennell.
Good roll. Good roll by Fennell.
Bolliard sends it off to Sifford. It's a kill for Isabel. Bolliard. Another 2-point lead for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I like Bolliard going right side. I wish that she offered just a little bit more of a block. But, man, she just has the timing down for those sets off the net and right side. Oh, good pass. Got to use this. Reach.
Fennell roofed, but stays alive. Mosby, another line drive there up into the rafters.
Great dig by Parsley.
Zittle sets up Bishop. Off the block, it's a roof, but Mosby gets the hit to send it back over. Gracie Kane, a roof on the Bulldogs side.
Yeah, Kane and Stevens end up running into each other and end up in a situation where Kane, ends up picking. There's no one then to clean up the off block.
Addison Siffer, her serve goes into the net. So right as quickly as they cut it to 1, they get it back to a 2-point lead for the Cardinals. 15-13 now. See Gracie Kane, who's had good serves all game long. And
that's in.
That's in.
That's just
wow.
Unbelievable. I mean, the sophomore misses a serve, then gives up an untouched ace. Court awareness.
Timeout, Martinsburg. We'll take it with them for 30 seconds. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Here in varsity action against Martinsburg. Bulldogs leading 2-1, but the Cardinals lead 16-13 in this set. Fennell. Bolliard has to hit the down ball there. It's a roof. The block went back to the Spring Mill side and fell to the floor. So out of the timeout, Martinsburg's able to get the point and get the serve back on their side. Skylar Bishop, her serve tips off the net. Bishop will go outside to Strovel. It was blocked, but then They got the hit on it.
I mean, she gets a kill for that. I mean, it was off block, a dig. No play. That's a kill. I mean, her contact terminated the play.
Bishop will send another one. 1 point game now.
This is real tight. Oh, let it go. Let it go, McStuffins. Let it go. You're backing up. It's got to be out of play. Yikes. That's a sophomore for you.
Spring Mills back up by 2. Bullyard's serve goes to Sifford. Down ball there by Avery Sifford. Samantha Stevens, big-time hit. Take another roll there.
Oh, good pass. Got to use this.
Bullyard from the back.
Oh, I think that's out.
I think it would have been.
Backing up.
Oh, and Strovel into the net. Spring Mills back up by 3. 18-15. Bullyard will serve into the net. So again, Martinsburg able to keep it close.
And this is where Spring Mills pulled away earlier in set number 4. This is the front row where Spring Mills created the separation. We'll see what happens right here. If there ever was a time that Fennell could get an ace, this would be it.
Dump there by Parsley, ends up falling to the ground off the hands of Rhodes. 19-16.
And Martinsburg could not get out of this lineup earlier. Right here.
Here we go, back over to McDaniel. 19-16. She comes in. Good serve over to Fennell. Official sends the free ball.
And why would you not down ball that? Why would you bump that across the net?
Emma Jones off the hands of Bishop. 4-point lead for the Cardinals as they tried to force a 5th set.
And if I'm Coach Nelson, I would have called the timeout here. He hasn't called a timeout yet in this set. This has been a problem lineup for Martinsburg.
McDaniel, another serve over to Fennell. Down ball by Fischel. Parsley tries to dump that one over, hangs up on the net. Strovel into the net again. Never went.
There's the timeout.
There's the timeout, 21-16. We'll keep it here with them. Spring Mills 4 points away from forcing a fifth set with a 5-point lead. And this has just been a complete turnaround from last set where Spring Mills is only able to get 10 points in that Martinsburg third set victory. Set things up. That's the timeout, first timeout on the Bulldogs side. So we'll see. It's just been a completely different look from Martinsburg in this fourth set, Jim.
Well, lots of just bad touches, missed serves, bad touches. It's like no one wants to win.
Get ready to resume play again with McDaniel.
I haven't seen a foot fault called all season until tonight, and it's unfortunate. It was a bad toss, mental error. And coming right off of a timeout, you give up an untouched ace. That's
Maddie McDaniel. Her serves these last few games have been a huge difference maker for Spring Mills.
Wow, that sounded like a mishit.
One way or the other.
That might have been out. Fennell backs up and uses her hands above her shoulders.
Parsley goes middle for Abshire off block. Bishop will send a free ball. Parsley over to Jones. They get the roof.
Says it never went.
Never went over.
She has a good reason to question that. That, to me, did look like it went over. I thought that was touched.
Martinsburg finally gets the chance to make an adjustment. Ellie Mosby and Courtney Dick check back in for Rhodes and Addison Sifford.
Got a little bit of size now in the front row.
So Dick gets the serve over. They go to Jones.
There's your roof.
There it is. Ellie Mosby cutting the lead from 6-4 with 2 quick points.
Right, Dick has got to go on a run here.
Go to Grove, missed hit.
Oh my goodness, this is still in play.
They're able to get it. Mosby off the block and a kill. 22-19. They cut the lead in half, 6-3, making it 22-19. There's the second timeout from Coach Wolf.
That's her first.
Here we go. First timeout from Wolf. 3-point lead. So right as soon as they needed it, the Bulldogs were able to get that run, cutting that lead back from 22-16, 22-19. So they've gotten a little bit of a better lineup in for themselves. Mosby back in the game and gets that kill there. And we'll see if they can keep it up there, Jim.
Well, Dick's got to put the serve in play. Put the serve in play, trust the defense. That's all it's got to happen right now. Put the serve in play. Martinsburg has not done that in the fourth set. They've made a lot of silly mistakes. So right now, if there's ever a time, put the serve in play, play defense. Spring Mill's got to be coaching first contact. It's all about the pass right now, all about first touch.
See if Courtney Dick can keep it going, putting the serves in play. Get Martinsburg back into this set. Try to finish it off in 4. She sends that one to Jones. Parsley with a dump, but Mosby's there to send it right back. 22-20. 4 in a row for the Bulldogs.
Good serve.
Once more.
That's an ace.
Off of McDaniel. The ace makes it a 1-point game. 5-0 run for Martinsburg.
Timeout Spring Mills.
Timeout Spring Mills. 5 straight for the Bulldogs. Making it a 1-point game once again. And that is the energy. That is just a quick shift there. 1 point gets you a different lineup in the game, and all of a sudden things have gone back in your favor. Only a 1-point difference now. They make the difference. Courtney Dick with her serve. She's been keeping it in play 5 straight to get those 5 on the board for the Bulldogs. They come back out of the timeout. And the lineup up front, it's Mosby, Strovel, and Fischel for the Bulldogs. In the back, it's Bishop, Fennell, and Dick. Jones.
This is trouble. This is going to be a free ball.
Bolyard hits that one.
Oh, Bolyard with a great swing.
It's a free ball.
A free ball. Why is Fischel not down ball that?
Abshire. Fennell gets that one. There's the down ball.
Good line. That's a good line.
Tough one.
Now here's a free ball back. Good pass by Fennell. It's got to be to Mosby. She's got to reach
into the net.
She's late. Either the set's low or she's late.
Tough one there. Spring Mills able to get it back on their side. 23-21. 2 points away from forcing a 5th set. And it's the freshman libero, Addison Grove. And she sends it right back to the Bulldogs.
Oh, you got to love freshmen.
23-22, 4th set here. Martinsburg wins the set. It's game. If Spring Mills wins it, we go to a 5th, and that's Katie Zittel with a service error.
Come on, guys. Put the ball in play. You do this in club ball. There's just no excuse for missing serves when a match is on the line.
Set point for Spring Mills, and it's Ariana Parsley. Sends it to Addison Sifford. Zittel.
Oh, that's hands. Yep, go to 5 sets. Bad hands. She never got her hips around. She never squared to her target. It's a bad set.
25-22 goes the 4th set to Spring Mills, and just like their first matchup, the Cardinals and Bulldogs will go to 5.
Yeah, and that would be one of the most frustrating sets for me as a coach. Coach Nelson was never in a position really to use his second timeout. I mean, he could have just to try and ice the service, but really, strategically, he was not really in a position to use a timeout. They were silly mistakes. A hands error, 2 service errors, just not good.
We'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back for the 5th set to 15 points. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
To Martinsburg High School here as we get ready for the 5th and final set between the Bulldogs.
Hello.
We're here again 3 times in the
Completely different look from Martinsburg between the 3rd and 4th sets.
Yeah, both teams, in practice, I would be running drills, and I would not let the players out of the drill until they win the drill. They have to figure out some way to be more consistent. And there are times where we would get stuck in a rotation, and we, that's where you find the intestinal fortitude to dig your way out of it. And at times, both teams just show this appearance to lose focus, whether or not it's with a missed serve, a bad toss, fail to execute fundamentally, whether or not it's being square to your target, or, missing serves at key times.
Parsley will set this one up. First serve there. They go outside to Bishop.
Oh, it's tight.
Tight up there. Bishop off the net. There's Bolyard.
Plenty of rooms. It'll get there. That's good.
There's Sifford up at the front, blocked by Kane and Bolyard. First point goes to the Cardinals. So a good start there for Spring Mills. We'll send it back to Parsley to try to keep it going.
Well, first of 15 wins, so
every point matters. Should get a stoppage here. It's like Coach Wolf. Some sort of adjustment here. I think there's a wet spot on the floor they're trying to get up.
Unless you're really concerned about the safety of your players, I never would be in a situation where I want my server standing there holding the ball in a deciding 5th set.
She'll finally get to go at it. Sends it to Bishop. Fennell set it from the back line to Grove. Parsley will set up Sasha Connor on the left off the block. Mosby outside. It falls in. Point goes to the Bulldogs. 1-1. So it'll be Avery Sifford on to serve for Martinsburg. And that one goes into the net. Goes back around to the Cardinals. See Samantha Stevens will check in. Maddie McDaniel checks out. So that big front line back in full force for the Cardinals. Sasha Connor serving. Mosby. Parsley goes to the right.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, that was not a good set. I'm sorry. That was a good call. It was a late whistle, but definitely the right call.
Tied back up at 2 apiece. The Addison Sifford serving again. Sends it at Jones. Tight to the net. Grove sends a free ball.
Yeah, I just don't even know that was in.
I don't think it was. We'll say prolonged contact there. Gives the point to the Cardinals. 3-2. It'll be Gracie Kane now. It'll be Rhodes from the middle. Tough hit there. Stevens able to pop it up in the air. Zittle goes middle for Rhodes. It's a roof. And finally, someone in this fifth set opens up a 2-point lead, and it's Spring Mills.
Yeah, we only played at 15. Just keep that in mind, people at home.
Every point matters in the fifth set. Gracie Kane serving. Fennell sends a free ball. Tapped up. Kane sets up. Bolliard. Off the hands of Zittle. Sifford can't keep it up. And that's a 3-point lead for the Cardinals, with only 10 to go. Kane will send it again. Over to Addison Sifford.
Oh, it's tight.
Tight there. And that did not stay within the antennas.
It's timeout Martinsburg.
There's the first timeout. It's 6-2. We'll take this timeout with them. 4-point lead for the Cardinals. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School. It's 6-2 in the fifth set. Spring Mills leads it, looking to get the win once again over the Bulldogs in 5 sets. Fennell sends that one over. Bolliard roofed. Bulldogs trying to fight back in it. Six to 3 now. Skylar Bishop, one of the senior captains on this team, sends it over to Emma Jones. Parsley, a tough run there for Abshire. It doesn't stay in. It's 2 in a row for Martinsburg.
A down ball error. It's real tough. You know, fifth set here. Everybody's got to get their head on straight.
Samantha Stevens outside, overpass.
Oh, there's a net violation on Spring Mills. Stevens swings at it. A ball that's going out, and Martinsburg gets the point.
So that 4-point Spring Mills lead has dissolved down to 1. Emma Jones receives that one. Bolliard hits it. It's Bishop. And it's Imani Fennell with the power, tying it up at 6 apiece. Bishop will continue to serve. Send that one. It's a kill for Bolliard. One-point lead for the Cardinals.
Oh, my, this is all kinds of trouble.
Punched over.
McStuffins punched her own ticket for a kill.
7 apiece.
This final score could go 29-27.
It could just keep going.
It could. It's 7-all. It's 7 up.
Parsley will set this one up for Stevens. Fennell is...
It's a free ball. Look
at this.
Up
into the rafters, though.
Denied.
The divider.
Denied.
In any other EPAC gym, that play stays alive. There's a timeout from Spring Mills. 8-7. And we'll take it with them for 30 seconds. You're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School. It's 8-7 in the fifth set.
We are in another epic 5-set. Like, this isn't a novel. Like, this is, I don't know.
Back and forth they go. These teams just cannot gain separation from each other, just like last game. Samantha Stevens with the kill, ties it back up at 8.
This is the war and peace of EPAC volleyball. 8-8 in a seemingly never-ending saga. A mini-series. If these teams go to sectionals, they're going to have to schedule, like, extra time in between matches.
Go back line to Fennell. Bolliard never went over.
Never went. Into the bottom of the net. Very aggressive. Good big swing. Big swing.
9-8 now. Courtney Dick will check in. Ellie Mosby again. This is the lineup that got Martinsburg back in it in the fourth set. Set up Connor. Dick as the ball goes up into the rafters.
Oh, it's a good spot.
No one there for Spring Mills. It's 10-8.
A 10-8 is that, and that could be. Oh, Spring Mills calls a surprise timeout at 8-10.
We'll keep it here with them through the timeout. But there's a quick run there by Martinsburg. 10-8. They're 5 points away from the victory. Boy, it can't get much more tightly contested than this one, Jim.
Unless they go to 10-all.
Back and forth they've gone. This rate, you expect the win by 2 situation in the fifth set, the way that these two teams are going.
Well, 3 sets in a row, it's been tight where Dick's back to serve. And we've said this in each situation, you can't miss the serve. So if Martinsburg's going to win this, Dick has got to make this serve. Martinsburg still has 1 timeout left as well.
Courtney Dick sends this one over to Maddie McDaniel.
Good serve, good pass.
We'll set up Connor.
Connor with the cut, gets blocked.
Roof, but they keep it alive. Fischel
never goes.
Back to a 1-point game. Dick will check out.
9-10.
Addison Sifford back in. Bella Abshire serving for the Cardinals. They send
good
it at
serve.
Fennell. We'll go to Fennell at the 10 line.
It's a down ball. Roof.
Blocked.
It's a free ball. Spring Mills has got to use this.
Parsley
going to Connor.
Connor's there, though.
Soft roll.
Fischel sends it too wide. We're tied back up at 10.
And Fischel airmails it. Tied up at 10 apiece.
Back and forth we go. First to 15 wins the fifth set. And wins the game. Abshire sends that one to
That was a
Fischel.
mishit. It sounded like a mishit serve.
Mosby, roofed by Gracie Kane.
Spring Mills 11-10. Coach Nelson considering that final timeout. Is he going to pull the trigger? No, he decides to sit. Hold for one. Hold for one.
3 in a row for Spring Mills. Abshire sends it again at Fennell. Tap it up for Mosby. Out.
It's
called in.
It's called in. The Spring Mill fans erupt. They erupt in agony and frustration.
And disbelief.
The disbelief.
I thought that was out for sure.
I thought that was out for sure. And now it's 11 all. 11 all.
And now it's the freshman Katie Zittel serving for the Bulldogs. She'll send this one. And almost an ace after that first hit there. Mosby on the outside.
It's a touch.
And they'll say, yep,
yes,
it was
a
all
touch.
blocked there. So the point goes to Martinsburg. (12-11) now. Zittel sends this one over past.
Oof, could have called
official roof, but they keep it alive. Official again, it falls to the floor. We're 2 points away from a Bulldogs win, 13-11.
13-11. Coach Wolf implores her team, dig for one, dig for one.
One more time. Katie Zittel.
Good serve by Zittel. She atones the foot fault earlier.
Varsity to Kane, tap, sent right back over by Mosby.
To Connor.
Off
block, gets the kill.
A 1 point game again. 13-12. The serve will go back over
and
to
Coach
Spring
Nelson
Mills.
calls timeout.
There's the last
timeout.
We got to keep it here with them as it's 13-12.
We absolutely have to keep it here. 13-12, Martinsburg.
They're just going back and forth. Both of these teams not giving an inch.
Like two juggernaut heavyweight fighters, just crushing blow after blow. Spring Mills has got to get this serve in play. This arguably is the serve of the match for Spring Mills. Now, I know you'd be thinking, well, this is not a match point. This is not a chance to take the lead, but so difficult in rally play to dig back, especially from a potential set or match point. But this is who you want with the ball. Parsley with the ball. You got a decent front row. You got Kane up there. Bolliard. Bolliard's going to come to the right side.
Send it. Zittel's going to give it to Skylar Bishop. The soft touch there goes out on the other side.
And this is it. A set point. A set point for Martinsburg. Serving at 14-12. Coach Nelson's timeout works. Spring Mills has got to make a good first touch.
Match point for the Bulldogs.
And the freshman Sifford is in, who has struggled tonight from the end line.
It's Avery Sifford sending it.
Great serve.
Gets it there. Parsley.
Good pass.
Maddie McDaniel.
And a free ball, and a shallow free ball. Perfect pass. Perfect set. Fennell with the kill. And that's the set. And the match. 15-12. Your Bulldogs win.
Amani Fennell puts the nail in the coffin. And the Bulldogs get the win to finish it out. In 5 sets, 15-12. We'll take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll give you the post game for another electric matchup between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. 1 minute, you're watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This Saturday afternoon, your Martinsburg Bulldogs take on the Riverside Beavers.
Punt to the near side, caught by Hunter. Hunter starts backwards, goes to the far side, trying to find some space, has a few blockers, goes upfield on the far sideline at the 10-5, tries to go into the end zone. He's hit backwards, but he stayed in bounds, pushes his way back forward. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Tune in at noon right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Catch the excitement of EPAC football featuring the Hedgesville Eagles and the Musselman Applemen.
If you're going to take the snap now, they're going to pass on a screen pass again to Matthew. Matthew breaks some tackles. He's to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. No one's going to catch him. Green grass in front of him. Touchdown, Hedgesville!
Tune in this Friday, October 7th, as the Eagles and the Applemen battle for second place in the EPAC. Join us for pregame at 6 p.m. on your Eastern Panhandle sports leader, Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School as the Bulldogs take the game over the Cardinals in 5 sets. 15-12 goes the last one. These teams were just so evenly matched. And I mean, it was the home court was the difference in the end.
Right. It's the same thing that happened on September 13th. That the team that won the second set won the match, and the deciding 5th set, they jockeyed back and forth until one team separated at the end. It's just exactly what happened. Martinsburg really just made fewer mistakes. They ended up in a situation where they got out of their difficult lineups more quickly than what Spring Mills did. And Spring Mills just could not dig out at the end. It's unfortunate. It was a good match all the way around. Both teams never quit. Both teams fought until the end. Actually, even the coaches using their timeouts all the way to the end of the match. Clearly a lot of fight, a lot of effort. So congratulations to Martinsburg. For now, you're the 3rd best team in the EPAC. Spring Mills is right there with you. A lot of volleyball left to be played this season. So actually, congratulations to both teams. These teams are very evenly matched. It's just a matter of finding some consistency across the line, and I think whichever team does that has the opportunity to separate themselves.
And of course, we'll see over the rest of the season when these teams play each other who can continue to try to stand out as that 3rd team behind Musselman and Hedgesville. Speaking of 2 teams in the EPAC, Jefferson might have something to say about whether Martinsburg is the 3rd best in the EPAC for the rest of the season, but tonight they took on the Musselman Appleman, and Musselman was able to take that one in 3 straight sets. Jefferson was only able to muster up 11, 10, and 17 in those 3 sets against the Appleman. So on this side, that will pretty much do it for us on the post-game show, unless you have any final thoughts here, Jim, for this one.
It raised over $1,000 for the Jacoby family. Congratulations. Thanks to everybody who contributed, those in TV land, anybody who was here as well. Hey, we got a good matchup for you on Tuesday. Hedgesville and Martinsburg. I think Martinsburg travels to Hedgesville. So really, Martinsburg has a chance. If Martinsburg could find a way to take a set or 2, or who knows, pull up the upset against the Hedgesville team, maybe that helps to prove that they are the 3rd best team in the EPAC, or maybe even better than that. So stay tuned. A lot of great sports. Thanks to TV 10 coming up this weekend. Good game tomorrow night. Martinsburg on Saturday. So thanks a lot for having us.
Yes, we'll be at Musselman as they take on the Hedgesville Eagles tomorrow night in football, and then, of course, the Martinsburg Bulldogs on Saturday afternoon. So for that, Nick Verzolini back in the studio, our cameramen, Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner, Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer, Jim Klein on color commentary. I'm Dylan Bishop saying good night from Martinsburg High School. You've been watching EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and